Good evening, everyone. How are we doing tonight? It is a pleasure to be here once again with you folks. And for those of you who are here in Twitch chat, God bless you, because we just went absolutely obnoxiously insane with a whole bunch of people doing some crazy stuff in the hype trains before the actual stream. My heart is beating with joy and with absolute insane terror. So thank you for putting me on the spot, and hopefully everything goes as planned or not as planned, because this is a fun-ass game, and I'm hoping that you guys enjoy it. This, ladies, gentlemen, and others, is our foray back into the cinematic world of Alien RPG after a very long and storied campaign, which some might say ended very, very well for some and not so well for others. But hey, we're back into scenario land, which is another animal entirely. This is the most recent scenario from our friends at Free League, Heart of Darkness. This is the first of what we hope will be, what we estimate will probably be anywhere between a 3 to 5 session. I say this slowly and confidently, although you never know with these folks, because they just...
Matt, you've met us, right?
I have met you.
Yeah. We've broken you before, we will break you again.
God damn it! I'm going to say this again, slowly and maybe not so confidently. 3 to 5 session, question mark, series in which the 5 people that you see arrayed beneath me and to the sides of me will be playing... hopefully the characters that they stay with, although you never know with Alien RPG, because this shit is brutal as fuck. Because of that, there are plenty of backup characters that are already part of the story. They have been supplied with pre-generated characters, which they have been able to pick. You see those 5 character names within their little boxes there. But there, of course, are others that will be part of the story that... you will definitely meet along the way, some of which you will be massively enthusiastic about and potentially may think that it may be that character that they want to pick as a backup character. But of course, something really bad has to happen in order for that to happen, so we'll just play it by ear. So, with that in mind, let's meet our 5 players very quickly, and then we're just going to jump right into this shit. Yeah?
Sounds
cool.
Great.
All right, so let's just go around the horn. Let's do the intros now. We have a brand new player to our Alien RPG series, and a brand new face, relatively speaking, 2 Slices and Dices. So let's start with you first. That is Mike, and Mike is from our sister channel, if I may call it that. At least it is in my heart, Mates of Fate. So Mike, go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
We consider you the same as well. I'm Mike Elkins. I'm from come over from Mates of Fate. We also stream mainly D&D, a lot of homebrew things, but we also do a lot of streams for charity. And yeah, I'm super excited to be playing this. I love Alien RPG. I'm actually still in the process of DMing Destroyer of Worlds for some friends as a home campaign and in real life campaign. So super excited to be here.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm not distracted at all by the crazy bullshit that's happening right now in Twitch with all the hype trains and the subs. And I'm just going to say thank you to all of you folks, and just an overwhelming motherfucking heart out to all you people, and just move on, because otherwise, if I kept saying thank you, I would stop the stream entirely. So, Mike, thank you. Let's move over to our friend Patrick. Patrick can tell a little bit about you. Well, of course, do sign us at the end, but tell everybody where you're from, what you're about.
Well, I'm about 2 things: drinking and knowing. And I don't know anything, but I do drink occasionally. So if I'm going to be good at one of those 2 things today, I'm going to be one of those 2 things for the rest of the campaign. And since I'm playing a new character, I have to know things. So I guess I can't drink on this campaign anymore.
I mean, do what you want.
No, hi, I'm Pat Marin. I've been on the channel for a while. I am longtime friends with Matt, longtime friends with Sarah, and here to try something new, keep playing some more Aliens. And as always, striding bravely into the fold with an understanding of the rules and no idea what Matt's going to throw at us.
Thank you very much for that. Let me quickly just do a little stream magic and give everybody access to these folks' amazing socials. So, blue. There we go. And let's just flip over to that side, the right side of the screen, as you guys can see, to our friend Maeve. Maeve, tell everybody where you're at and what you're about.
Hey, I'm Maeve. I've been streaming with Slices and Dices for 2 years now, almost. I do art. I have been in various games. I'm also part of Mates of Fate. And I have been having a lot of fun. I'm excited to be part of a full series this time. I know I joined halfway through with Winters, but I'm excited.
Super. Thank you so much, Maeve. And now down below Maeve, we have Jonathan. Jonathan, tell everybody where you're at and what you're about.
Hey everybody, I'm Jonathan. I've been around since we started doing Call of Cthulhu maybe 5-6 years ago.
Crazy.
It's been a long time. Yeah, and well, you might recognize me as Summers from the last campaign, and I'm here as someone much squishier than that. But yeah, you also catch me on Children of Fear around here. I've been also on Imagine Nights, and I'm usually around with some spooky stuff.
Cool. Thank you very much, Jonathan. Moving down to, I guess directly below me in this crazy Brady Bunch bullshit that we have going on. Oh, hi, Sarah. Why am I looking up? There's nothing above me. I'm going to look down. Let's try this again. Ready?
Hi, chat.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi, Sarah. All right. So dumb. Sarah, tell everybody where you're at and what you're about.
I'm Sarah. I have been on Slices and Dices since before we had a name. So it was like before times, pre-pandemic times. I don't even know. I've been on here for a while.
Yep.
This is my 4th alien scenario, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's fun going back to a pre-gen. I like it. I like my character. I'm very excited. You can find me around here on Slices and Dices for most of what we play, because I apparently have no life. And also over on Mates of Fate sometimes. You'll find me in the Alien RPG subreddit. So if any of you came here because of my post today, thanks, dudes. You're awesome. And I hope you enjoy it.
Awesome. Fantastic. Now, those of you in chat who are joining us for the first time, thank you very much, of course, for joining. Those of you who are old hands at this probably already know that we use stream points a lot. And when we use stream points, we use them to help our players and to make things perhaps a little bit more interesting, shall we say. Don't take it as anything personal. It just makes things more fun.
Don't do it.
So there's a couple of things that you can use your stream points on for this particular game, for the Alien RPG game specifically. If you take a look down in the bottom right-hand corner of stream, you'll see the little Slices and Dices icon. If you go ahead and click on that, you can spend the stream points to, number one, give our players a random piece of gear that they may find somewhere along the way. Number two, give them stress points, which is wonderful because stress is not a bad thing. Stress actually helps you to do things. It just happens to be that sometimes the opposite effect may in fact occur, where stress causes you to, guess what, panic a little bit, and we'll get through that. The most important, or I should say not important, but the most costly thing that you can use with your stream points in this particular stream series is something called purchasing NDDs. We're going to get into that in a little bit, but NDDs are straight up bad. They are not good, but they help our players embody their characters with the essence of this particular scenario, which I'm going to just say in one word: madness. It's crazy shit. As you will come to understand, being in space is not necessarily good for one's psyche. Now, that said, I'm not just going to have you guys get free reign to have these guys go nuts within the first session. That doesn't work for anybody. But I am going to limit it to 3 applications of said NDD point buy for each session. So if one person buys this, another person buys this, another person, that's 3, that's done. And it is quite costly. I think it's 8,500 points. So just FYI, try to make it at a point potentially that is thematically and dramatically poignant. I will keep my eye on stream points, or I should say on chat, to make sure that works. I already see that we already have a redemption that adds a stress point to everyone. I will choose when that goes. Thank you, Catalia80. But your stream purchase is valid. Okay.
Sorry, Matt, real quick. What does NDD stand for? Did you already
You'll
say?
find out.
Yeah, he hasn't told us.
Okay.
You have to get into the story.
All right.
Greatly
He's
appreciate
trying
your
to stress
contribution.
us the players, all this kind of
Why would
stress
I
point.
do
Already.
that? Why would
He
you do
just
that?
Already.
wants
Right
us.
now.
He just wants us catatonic in like a fetal position, just right back. And
As long as I don't start. Actually, no, I went catatonic twice in the last game, so let's
That is fair. All right.
try not to do that again.
So those of you who are watching the stream as well, you will see a rotating list of the 5 characters that these wonderful players are playing. You will see their stats as well as their titles. Beyond that, these 5 players have agendas. These agendas, which I'm going to deliver to them via Roll20 right now. I'm going to deal the 5 of you individual agenda cards.
Ooh.
So let me do that. There's 1 agenda per act. If these players do in fact succeed, or at least attempt to succeed on their agendas, they will be granted story points, which will be redeemed at the end of each act. Those story points, you can only have 3 of them at any time, and you can carry them from game to game. Some of these folks have been here for a while, so they actually have story points banked.
I have one that is left over from Hope's last day that I still have never used.
Still have never used. And what a
I
story
too have
point
one.
does is that it grants you an automatic success, which certainly could have been used at certain points within certain campaigns, but we will never talk about potentials. We will only talk about the now. So 3 maximum story points. There's another thing to add, which is that at some point during our story, I will be giving some characters, depending on the situation, story cards. I will be giving those to you secretly. If you enact what is written on those story cards to my satisfaction, you will get another story point. But remember, you can only have a maximum of 3 story points banked total. So use them. And don't save them, please. Okay, that said, let me see if I can go ahead and bring out our deck. You guys will see this in a second. I don't want to give away too much, but I will actually sort of give you the main screen of what it looks like here on Roll20. There we go. And then I'm just going to go ahead now and open up our story deck. Sorry, our agenda deck, which comes with the Roll20 module, which you can purchase. It's really, really great. So I'm going to go ahead and...
Unlike previous cinematic scenarios, this one doesn't have the agenda automatically written into the pre-gen character. The agendas for characters are randomly dealt from a deck.
They're not random. There is
they're not
one
random. Okay.
very specific agenda for each one of you for each act. And so,
Okay, I got you.
Yep. And with that, I'm going to need to be able to choose them.
And we keep it secret through the entire. We like agenda act number 1 agenda. We keep secret all the way till the end of the game.
That's
right?
correct. Act 1,
right?
you keep secret. Act 2, you keep secret. Act 3, you keep secret, obviously. Even if your character dies, it probably is best to keep that secret, considering the story itself.
Okay.
Let's see here.
I have an agenda.
You have an
Yeah,
agenda?
I do.
Oh, did I give it to you already? I don't think I did.
Well, I mean, there's the card on my screen.
Oh, that's the actual deck.
That's the deck.
Oh, okay.
You don't.
then
Yeah, you don't get to.
not gonna touch it.
I get to choose the agenda for you, which
I see.
and then drag it into your thing here. It's so very small.
It's going to be in our journal.
Okay.
Our
yes.
No,
our
it'll
kernel.
It'll show up above your. Are you dealing them like cards where they'll show up above our nameplate on the bottom? Or
Yes, that is
go-
correct.
yeah.
That is correct. In fact, I'm going to drag it to you. Okay, so that was for Maeve. Maeve, I've already given you your agenda. You can click on it, and it will flip into your and only your screen. So you shouldn't have to worry about it being anyone.
Okay, so it's not like Ravenloft where
correct.
terrific cards appear on the screen.
That is
So I can
correct.
just click on it whenever.
That's right. Mike, I've given you your agenda.
Okay. There it is. I can click on it and read it, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Now, there are, of course, 2 NPCs that you guys are not playing, but that are along for the journey. They also have agendas, too. Okay, so this is, this is for Jonathan. And let's see if I found, yes, this is the one for Lark, played by Patrick. And then the last one, give me 1 second to find it. Is it at the beginning? Here we go. Drabikowski, I found you.
Kovsky.
Okay, so everybody should now have their Act 1 agendas. Go ahead and give them a look-see. Those of you who are watching the stream, watch their faces as they light up with terror and or pleasure as they read their agendas. In the meantime, I will hum a jaunty tune as they realize how much their particular agendas may in fact place them in direct conflict with one another. Because that's one of the major themes of the game, besides terror, of course, and, shall we say, corporate sabotage and conflict, which are, of course, part and parcel of the alien universe, and that space is hell, one of the main themes. I would say a secondary theme is that not everybody is on your side. In fact, it could be that everybody is not on your side. So paranoia is perfectly acceptable. Okay, has everybody had a chance to read their agendas?
What?
For this act?
I love it. Patrick just went, what?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm writing mine down.
He's thinking. I can see all the brain, all the neurons just firing.
When?
I can't tell if he's just like he can't compute or if his internet is just spazzing.
No, I want to know when this card happened for this character.
Ah, well, that's for you to figure out, sir.
Yeah, I don't really want to sort of give you too much guidance on your agendas. I want you guys to make them work because I know you can.
I wish we should have read them one at a time so that we can all watch each other's faces as opposed to reading our own cards.
That's fair. Another thing I will ask you
it.
to do is, because of the fact that your agendas sometimes put you in conflict with one another, I would like you all, the 5 of you, not to message through Roll20 chat, because that is actually being seen. Even if you whisper to me, it is being seen by our friends in stream, or if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see that. I want you to simply message me on Discord, and if I don't note seeing it, go ahead and let me know that I'm messaging you something on Discord.
If we need to.
If you need to, absolutely.
If we need to secretly say something to Matt.
Got it.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Dear Matt, I'm sneaking into the vault and stealing the gold while they have this conversation.
Exactly. I mean, that is totally valid. Okay. Are we ready?
Ready as we're gonna be, Matt.
I think we're ready.
Ready as we're gonna be.
Okay, let me put on some mood
ready
music
as anyone
here.
ever is.
All right, here we go. Where are we? Sure, this'll do. The 5 of you belong to an international science team, handpicked by Wayland Yutani to investigate a new form of life. It's a survey, sample, and assay job, but one where you were offered book deals, benefits, university tenure, and lots of money to accept. You were hastily contracted and transported past the outer rim aboard an understaffed plasma trawler called Ceto Rhina. Holy shit. as I said that, like thunder just fucking went out my window.
There is a crazy fucking thunderstorm happening.
Jesus, that was like, thank you, nature.
That one,
Really well timed.
Matt,
I heard it.
that's a testament to how far, like how close we are together, because it got me first.
Oh, damn.
It's so close here, it made my couch rattle.
Oh,
wow.
Damn. Okay, well, if power goes out, we'll know why.
We'll be
There you
truly
go.
in the heart of darkness.
Oh, Jesus, Jonathan.
Aw, take his story point away.
Okay,
I'll
let's
sit back in the back.
let's get back.
Go back to the
Let's get
trawler.
back. Let's get back. Let's get back. Let's get back. Let's get back. Here we
Sorry.
go. That's all right. After a 3-month cryosleep trip, you finally arrived at your destination. The viewport shields in the galley slide open. A swirling whirlpool of pitch black greets you, set against a starry backdrop. The ravenous mass gulps torrents of plasma from 2 unraveling orange globes that were once dwarf stars. This is 26 Draconis, a restricted system that's home to the Ablasin Black Hole. The powerful singularity is consuming both the planets in its path and the system's 2 remaining stars. Whatever life they found is out there in all that. You're all headed for Erebos, an orbiting Weyland-Yutani plasma-trawling platform and recharge station. The 5 of you, plus the pilot, and a very groggy-looking scientist by the name of Navarre, assemble on the observation deck for hot coffee, which is the only good thing that's actually drinkable on this ship, and the breathtaking view. The ship's Bishop-type android, Gray, quietly places an activated modular computing device on the deck. "From the company, I'm told," he whispers. The module sputters to life, projecting a holographic antique desk before the viewport. A familiar-looking gentleman peers out from behind the monolithic furniture. He resembles the ship's android Gray, only a bit older and a bit more tired. The man looks right through you and smiles. "You look confused. Probably wondering why a synthetic is sitting behind a mahogany desk. Understandable. I'm not a Bishop android. I created them. I'm Michael Bishop, Company Director of Special Projects. I'm recording this August 7th, the year of our Lord 2185, the morning of your departure from Gateway Station." Mr. Bishop's hologram stands before the viewport, gesturing towards the black hole as if he can actually see it. "Magnificent, isn't it? Living in that swirling plasma soup is a xeno-extremophile they're calling the Hezdalan Lights. The lights fit all the criteria for life. They may even be intelligent. Erebos observed them swarming around a significant meteoric mass in the plasma field. So we gave the green light to anchor this meteor to the station for study. Erebos' science officer, grabs a piece of paper on his desk and stares at it. Name is Clerk. We'll brief you more on that when you arrive. Now, a couple of safety concerns." He sits down behind the desk and laces his fingers and looks at you intently. "First, Erebos is a Weyland-Yutani prison worksite. 99 conscripted convicts. Warden Douglas Stykes and his android officers maintain order. So, just don't wander off alone. Second, that black hole puts out electromagnetic energies that can scramble your brain, like staying awake during FTL, but much, much worse. If you feel depressed or paranoid, talk to Dr. Lark. If you start feeling anything extreme, report to the station's medical officer, Webb. From what I understand, he's got meds that will help. Now, he smiles. About these lights. How smart are they? Is there a pattern to their flashes? Are they trying to communicate? What exploitable properties do they exhibit? He shakes his head and laughs. Think of all we can learn from them. I only wish I could be there with you. Good luck. And then the hologram fades from view. And Gray retrieves the object from which the hologram came. I think it's appropriate to, if you wouldn't mind, at this time, since you've now just come out of cryosleep, introduce the five of you to each other.
I guess I will start. So I'm Birger. I'm going to go with Birger. Birger Hedenström. So I am a Wayland Yutani scientist. Kind of pretty tall, about 6'3". Got this like salt and pepper hair that's kind of pushed back, greased back, if you will. Kind of comes out a little bit at the back. Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone know you?
Yeah, so here it is right here. I have a buddy, so Sajaad. Do we have?
Yes.
Yeah, Sajaad. So Sajaad is my buddy. We've been friends for a while, Sajaad. However, Navar.
Yep, Navar, this sort of portly older gentleman with a rat's nest of sort of gray hair and thick glasses, sort of looks at you askance. Hedenström sort of gives you a nod. You know this guy. He's a science officer. Doesn't seem to. He's kind of like an old hand. Doesn't seem to think of younger scientists as all that.
And I get a sense of that, and he nods at me. I kind of just give like a look up and down from head to toe.
Yep. You assume that it is Navar. I mean, you've never actually met the guy. You've seen like papers written about him, but you see that he's wearing a coat with the word Navar on the lapel. So you assume it's the guy.
Yeah, he's already set me off wrong.
Fair. All right, fair enough. Anyone else want to go?
Sure. I think you're actually going to notice that the Lark is not coming out of a cryotube. Lark is sort of sitting off to the side as she is pulling a couple of small little cybernetic, analysis cables from her arm. Most people, if they hadn't, would have figured out by now that Lark is not human. She approximates a human about 5'5", dark hair, dark skin. Very sort of gentle features, and as the team psychologist, very calm and soothing voice. The smile is a little uncanny valley, and so sometimes it can be unintentionally creepy, but she's been taught that smiling helps with the counseling. But the other thing that you notice, much like Data from Star Trek, is that while there is a skin color, the hair and the skin itself just aren't quite right to the touch if anybody does interact with her physically.
Let me actually
sort of going about her business.
Let me blow up the just for everyone's sort of visual impact. Let me go ahead and blow up, as you guys are talking about them, I'm going to blow up the tokens so you guys can see. So this is Birger Hedenström. If that works, come on. Let's work, Birger. There we go. There we go. That's Birger Hedenström. And then we have Lark. Just Lark, right? Obviously. No,
yeah.
No need for a surname for synthetics, clearly. All right, who's next?
I'll go.
Go for it.
You see a rather around mid-60s Japanese man who has very neatly just one by one put on button shirt and everything, and keeps himself very tidy. This is Dr. Tetsu Ejiri, and I am a radiobiologist working for Wayland Yutani. And while I don't really say much about my career, I am capable, and I have this aura of calm about me. It's very soothing to be around Dr. Ejiri. I am friends with Colonel Dr. Drabikowski, and yeah.
We will get this pronunciation right. I swear, we will get it.
Drabikowski.
Drabikowski.
There you go.
This is a lot better than Zhimyevsky.
The only reason I noticed how to pronounce Zimyevsky is because Sarah played it and pronounced it. only from watching the old YouTube videos. Yeah.
If there's anything that we've done right, it's pronounce these fucking names. Awesome. Okay. Looks like we just have 2 people left. Who's next?
I go next.
Go for it.
I am playing Noor Sajaad.
Sajaad. Noor Sajaad.
Really?
Yep.
I looked up the pronunciation and everything.
Oh, you
Damn
did?
cool.
It's Sajaad?
Yeah.
Even with
Apparently.
2 A's? Okay, fair.
I don't know. I googled it. It seemed.
If you do it,
wasn't sure. So.
No worries.
Yeah. So. I am close to 40. 5'6", 5'7". Seem to be the only one with any like a combat experience here, and just sort of leaning against my cryopod, sort of have dug in my pocket and have taken out this nice little book here that I'm just kind of leafing through.
What does that book say? Would you mind raising the title up a bit?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Space Beast.
Space Beast.
It's a great book.
Robert
It's a good
Morse.
read.
Yeah, it's a fine book.
God bless you, Maeve. I don't know if that's a real book or not, because goddamn, that's a great prop.
I always have props to help me characters. So.
Hell yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. And then finally...
Yes, I am Colonel Dr. Sezja Drabikowski, and I am on a cultural exchange from the Ministry of Space Sciences in the UPP. I have been with the Gehulgod Institute for about 10 years. I'm 35. I joined the Ministry of Space Sciences at the age of 15, became a colonel at 25, and I very much enjoyed the research opportunities here in non-UPP sectors. But for the most part, I generally keep to myself. I'm a relatively quiet person. Dressed very plainly in a simple jumpsuit. Could be mistaken for a member of the crew, except for my rank insignia. My hair is kept cut in a simple bob, easy to maintain in cryosleep.
Very nice. It's worthwhile mentioning, you did mention in your introduction the Gehulgod Institute, which some of you may recognize from our previous escapade in the Frontier War campaign. So you all hail from... whether you worked there or not as a scientist, you all hail from a scientific research facility called the Gehulgod Institute, which is a prestigious international research facility that focuses on higher scientific principles throughout the galaxy. There is a gathering of leading minds from all the supernations, whether they be in conflict with one another or not. That Gehulgod has a keen interest in both exo-life and in humanity's possible extraterrestrial origins.
Yes, I should have mentioned I am an astrophysicist.
Astrophysicist. Hell yeah. Okay.
And I am a xenobiotechnologist.
God, I can only imagine what the hell that means.
Damn eggheads with their fancy titles.
I want to give you guys a couple of quick handouts, as what you see outside is kind of spectacular. If you take a look in Roll20, you will see that there will be a handout called the Ceto Rhina, which I'm going to display on screen right now for you, which is your ship itself.
That is cool.
Now, the Ceto Rhina is a special kind of a ship. It's clearly not of military make, nor is it a space trucker kind of outfit. What it does is it trolls plasma. The front of the Ceto Rhina actually is a giant plasma inducer that it actually intakes energy through the front of it, which it utilizes for its functions and internal storage as well, and then of course, the propulsion is behind. So I would say, based on understanding what the actual Ceto Rhina is, that only perhaps 20 to 30% of the Ceto Rhina is actually created for life support. The majority of it is for plasma trawling and storage. But it is an FTL craft, and so therefore has the ability for you to travel throughout the galaxy as well. Now, the system in which you currently find yourself, you know some of. You know that this is...
ship.
It is a pretty ship. The system in which you find yourself is called the 26 Draconis system. Now, those of you with scientific backgrounds probably understand that the 26 Draconis system was actually once a trinary star system, which was composed of 2 orange giant stars and 1 red dwarf star. Now, historically, you all know that 75 years ago, a craft known as the Cronus visited the system's sole habitable planetoid, and something went very, very wrong. Since that time, the system has been restricted due to the fact that something happened in that particular excursion with the Cronus that caused the red dwarf star to collapse in on itself, forming the Ablasin black hole, and has, for 75 years, since been devouring the other 2 stars and their planets one by one. And honestly, folks, today, the system is just rubble spiraling down the drain. Now, it's worthwhile mentioning that those of you who have perhaps extra planetary knowledge or scientific scientific facilities or scientific professions that have an understanding of extraplanetary physics or the like, astrophysics, know that 26 Draconis is actually considered a stellar anomaly. Stars don't just spontaneously collapse. The process actually for a star to turn into a black hole takes millennia or more, millions of years, and is actually relatively easy to predict based on the size of the star and the amount of mass that's inside of it. Because of what happened, however, the system is considered extremely unstable. And colonial administration has actually put in a travel ban and exploration restrictions on this system. The only reason why you're here, one, because of Weyland-Yutani's offer to you, and the fact that Weyland-Yutani was able to contract people like you to explore 26 Draconis and the Erebos station, which they actually constructed in orbit with a conscripted labor force around this black hole. With which, now I'm going to give you a handout of what this fucking thing looks like.
Whoa.
Yo.
That is
So good.
Wow.
So dope.
damn.
This maneuver is going to cost us another 50 years.
It's very likely. Now, with that said, none of you guys can see any other handouts or any other kind of demarcations in any other folder besides the ones that I've just granted to you, correct?
Only the rules, that's it.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was hoping that you would say. So I've given you guys access to all of the rules, as well as a great deal many more things that, just in case you were unsure of the rules, as we often sometimes are, we can always refer to them. The core rule book is obviously a humongous assistance to us, but things are always not as they seem, at least on the on the surface. So, with
Matthew?
that, yes, absolutely.
As I typically need to do, can I just real quick 10-second reiterate the main thing that you just told us, that we were enlisted by Wayland Yutani to come to this system to explore this tertiary system, as well as this the Erebos station.
Correct.
And what we know about this system is that 75 years ago there was a ship here that came to explore here. Something went wrong. And the red dwarf star collapsed in on itself. There was only one habitable planet, and now the whole system's fucked, basically.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
That is
All right.
100% correct.
And we're here specifically to investigate the Hedenström lights.
That is correct as well. Michael Wayland himself, actually, which is, it's kind of like seeing, a combination of all of the worst possible billionaires rolled into one, has given you a direct message. So imagine if you got, a video message from all of our modern day tyrants of technology, sending in to you directly, telling you, there's so much that we can learn, and there's so much money to be gained from it. The Cedar Rhina is actually a relatively old ship, now that I think about it. And I told you that it was designed to collect plasma energies. The captain of this ship, who has joined you in this area here, her name is Captain Lugar. Captain Lugar is a woman of African American descent. She has a stern look on her face. She's approximately 40 years old or thereabouts. You met her when you left Gateway Station. She seems sort of a no-nonsense kind of captain, but you also recognize that sort of behind that facade of no nonsense, there's also sort of a little bit of a playfulness behind her as well. She mentioned to you, as you guys went into cryosleep, that the Cedar Rhina actually is equipped with a surprise for any potential pirates that may try to take you out on the way. She's actually jury-rigged plasma-charged orbital mines in the storage compartment of the Cedar Rhina, and
I love this woman.
100%. So just in case things go wrong, she can just drop the mines and adios muchachos. The internal cargo bays of the Cedar Rhina are actually plasma storage bays, as I already described to you. I'm actually going to see if we can do this. Let's see if I can move you guys to the map of the Cedar Rhina, just so you guys can see what it looks like. There you guys go. There's the map of the Cedar Rhina. Hopefully it comes up. I'm gonna zoom out. Oh, you know what, you guys, I have to just change the dynamic lighting here on this page, so you guys don't have to worry about that, because there's nothing to worry about with dynamic lighting.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, so there we go. That's the Cedar Rhina. These are all the docks.
Did you move players? Because I'm still sitting on the main screen.
Let's try that again.
Oh, there we go. Now it went.
There we go.
It just must have taken a second.
No worries. So this is the sort of stats of the UAS CSS Cedar Rhina. It's a commercial plasma harvester, etc., etc., etc. It's got 5 decks, bridge and mother on A deck, the outer deck and cargo control on B deck. Cryosleep is on C deck. Medbay cryosleeper on C deck. Engineering forward intake monitoring is on D. And the FTL drive, plasma collection, and storage are on E deck. You guys can move around as you see fit within the map, because we're not going to be using this at this particular time. Don't worry about it quite yet. But just get yourself used to the Cedar Rhina. As you can see, the great majority of the ship is not really meant for habitation. It's really meant for storage.
Would Birger know? I feel like Birger would want to know this, just as anybody on the ship would, how those charges that she's protectively placed around the ship, how they're activated.
The mines? Are you referring to the orbital mines?
The orbital mines.
Yeah. The mines, of which there are 4 according to this particular sheet, seem to be placed in the storage area, but can be deployed based on proximity or on manual input, right? So
they would orbit the ship and hit any pirate ship trying to come in and like dock?
Exactly. That is correct.
Just by contact, there's not like a button or anything.
You can discharge them if you need to. I mean, mines can be manually discharged if need be, but they can also be done via proximity.
I just want to make sure we're safe. Okay.
I'm sorry, what game are we playing?
Yeah.
What game are we playing?
But as safe as any alien game.
Safe.
All right.
You're
Yeah,
not
take
gonna
a stress
trip
point.
over one in the You're not going to trip over one in the hallway and blow yourself up.
That's totally fair. All right. Any questions regarding the Ceto Rhina?
This is a vertical slice, right?
This is a vertical slice.
Yeah, so-
halfway down.
Yeah, so and up and down are like elevators or stairs?
Yes, there are elevators that bring you to the decks themselves.
Okay. Cool.
Lifts. Absolutely. Now,
So cryos and C. Okay.
that is correct. Now, Erebos Station itself, you do have some information on. As you start to approach the station, the ship's mother is able to give you a map of sorts of the Erebos station, which you can corroborate by looking at the actual station itself. It's got sort of a floating central section and a middle portion, almost a sort of cylindrical middle portion that runs directly through the entire station itself. So I'm going to give you a handout of what the Erebos map is as well. That can help you to understand what it is that you're seeing. So that's the Erebos station. As you guys can see, it has decks A through J, A at the top, J at the bottom. The great majority of the station seems to be specifically dedicated towards plasma consumption and storage, because Erebos is exactly that. Erebos is a plasma trawling station itself. So if you have a plasma trawler ship, this station is one that actually consumes the energy, the plasma energy that is circling and whirling around the black hole. That is why Erebos is there in a nutshell. It's an orbiting station that collects this energy and then discharges it or stores it for use within the entire colonies. Plasma, of course, is an extremely volatile energy and has to be stored appropriately. That said, you did take on the fact that Michael Whalen told you that this is a station that is run by, it's a workstation now, it seems. It's not a scientific facility specifically. It is a work site. And you can see that in the crew complement, that there's 12 administrators, 99 prisoners, 12 corrections officers, 36 synthetics, and 1 cat.
The cat must be their therapist.
Oh, yeah. Cat's running the show.
Emotional support cat.
Yes, 100%. Astralis plays. If it has a D66 table, it's not a safe game. I agree.
Their
100%.
ESF.
Any questions regarding Erebos, at least from the outward map of it that is granted to you by Mother?
Yeah.
Big station.
Say again, Patrick?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Fantastic.
How are the different?
I'm gonna Discord you a question.
Okay, Discord away.
So how are the different levels connected? Stairs, elevators.
Great question. You don't seem to have that information apparent to you through
Fair
Mother.
enough. Figured as much.
It could be that they have an elevator of sorts or a lift.
God, I hope so. That's one hell of a leg day.
Yeah, I mean, considering the size of the ship, considered again to the size of the station, that's quite a lot.
I sense a very long ladder climb in somebody's future.
Okay, that's possible.
I did send you a question, Matt.
Okay, let me take a look here. I would say, are you talking about the one on the ship?
I will clarify in Discord.
Please clarify. You do not know.
Okay, cool.
And this space station was placed here by Wayland Yutani.
That is correct. It is a
For
Wayland
purposes of
Yutani
exploring.
facility, specifically for plasma. It was originally created for plasma storage when the black hole appeared, because why not? I mean, why not be able to
Harvest.
Sure, I was going to say exploit,
Yeah.
but why not harvest?
Yeah.
Harvest the energies from the black hole. In doing so, however, it seems to have struck upon these exobiological life forms, which you are here to investigate. Okay.
Can we see any other ships around the station?
There are no ships that you are aware of, either through sensors or visually around the system. You are alone. It's just you and Big Red.
Is that what it's called? I
No,
love that.
that's just me.
Mhm.
Calling
Big
it
Red. Big
You're
Red.
stealing it. There you
I
go.
am-
It is
What's the
technically
fuck
called the
is stealing that?
Ablasin. It's technically called the Ablasin black hole. But you can call it whatever you want. I don't think it'll really care.
I mean, space stations may have feelings. I don't know.
That is true. All right. Now, those of you who have been checking around the ship after you retrieved yourself from cryosleep, note that there, in addition to your personal gear, you actually have seen that there is a supply of a variety of items on the ship. There are power loaders, of which there are 4. They're rather enormous, but hey, it is what it is. Harpoon grappling guns with 200 meters of line. 3 bolt guns with 4 shots each. 4 electrical tool kits and med kits. 3 maintenance jacks. 3 cutting torches with a certain amount of power, you're not quite sure each. 8 rebreather masks, again, with a certain amount of air each. 6 Rexim EVA pistols with 1 reload. And 6 all-world survival suits with 6 air apiece. So, I guess the question is, as you guys approach the station, what is it that you would like to do? You're more than welcome to talk to one another.
Sorry, I'm trying to make a list of all that shit we were able to grab.
You know what I'll do is I will go ahead and just I will open up that handout and I will just show it.
Oh,
to
that's
you.
on a handout? Oh, okay.
It is
I
on a
don't have it
handout.
my
Yeah.
notes.
Let me just go ahead and,
Oh, okay.
and show that to you. Give me 1 second. While I do that, go ahead by all means and.
Birger turns to Captain. Is the captain here with us right now?
Captain Lugar
Yep.
is in fact with you.
Lugar. How long until we're docked with the station, Captain?
Lugar looks over to you and she says, "Well, speed we're flying in, we'll probably be there within 10 minutes."
Be there soon. We should probably get ready to go over there.
What do you guys want to do? If anything. You're more than welcome to retrieve certain pieces of equipment, but remember your encumbrance.
I'll sort of stand next to Ejiri and say, "This is beautiful. Have you ever
Yes.
seen anything like it?"
No. Beautiful, but a health nightmare.
Lugar looks over at the two of you and says, "Spitting out a hell of a lot of radiation."
Oh, it is a black hole. This is to be expected.
Yes. Well, I will go and get my my equipment.
Yes, I suppose we should ready ourselves for the station.
You guys did see the equipment, yes? Equipment list?
No, where did it go?
It should be, I will put it under handouts. Give me 1 second here. It's under, I will put it there right now. Player handouts. I will put it in your journals. Save.
Awesome.
There you go.
There it is.
Equipment.
Oh, great.
Why didn't I leave and come back?
As you guys approach, feel free to let me know what pieces of equipment that you would like, if any. If not, then we'll just continue on.
Absolutely taking some equipment.
What equipment?
I need a second to figure that out.
Sure, by all means. Remember again, your encumbrance.
I
Yeah,
turn
although
to
it currently has a PDAT and a flashlight, both listed as 1 encumbrance, and I don't think that's right.
I can check that for you. But PDATs, I know,
Yeah.
I think they were like on half.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure a flashlight is a quarter,
I think you're
or tiny actually.
We can check that out. No big deal.
Yeah.
I walk over to Sajaad. I don't know if you heard, but the station's full of prisoners. That's what they're run by.
Yeah. You gotta get work somewhere, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there will be safe there, but I think I'd feel much safer if I take a gun with me or a pistol of some sort.
Navarre looks over at you, Hedenström, and says, "Typical."
What did you say?
Nothing. Continues.
You would do well as well to take one with you.
This is a scientific mission. I don't understand your particular recourse. Besides, our friend, and he points at Sajaad, is more than enough, I'm sure, too. Considering that we have security background. Am I correct?
That's right.
There you are.
Oh, better safe than sorry, I say. And I walk off towards where the pistols are.
Okay.
Better be safe than dead. That's for sure.
Which pistol would you like to take, Hedenström?
Let me see here. So, I just want, what was it? Just the EVA pistols.
Okay, I'll add that to your character sheet.
Okay.
In
Thank
time.
you.
Yep.
Right. And with encumbrance, it's your strength plus.
It actually shows it on your character sheet what your encumbrance
Does
maximum
it?
is. Yep.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, I
Yep.
can carry plenty of shit.
The only Marine in the bunch.
I don't think she's technically a Marine, but maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not technically a Marine, actually. I don't
There you
think. I'm just considered a security operative.
There you go.
Man.
So if you are wearing a survival suit, the weight of it goes toward your encumbrance?
Absolutely.
Well, shit.
And I can't wear a survival suit over my armor, can I?
No, you cannot.
I thought so.
Because you can't double up armor.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, let's see. Okay, yeah, I think I get a general idea about what I want.
Okay. So go ahead, Sajaad, and tell me what it is that you would like to equip yourself with.
Grappling gun,
Grappling gun, yeah.
medkit,
Okay, a med kit.
rebreather.
A rebreather, sure.
2 rebreathers.
Okay. Note that a rebreather is not a full-on head thing. It's just literally
Oh.
just your front, right?
Oh, no, it's air.
Yeah, it's air. It is.
Air's important.
Yep.
I'm gonna take 2 of those.
Okay.
And I don't see it listed here, but is there anything I can use for like melee?
You mean like to smash or stab
Yeah,
someone
like
with?
to smash or stab someone. Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be on this ship,
Okay.
right? This is not a military vessel. The
Once
bolt
we
guns themselves
leave-
aren't even really military. They're just like to keep the ship from falling apart, really.
Once we leave the Satorina, are we coming back to it, or is this like our chance to take gear from it?
It's very likely the Cedarina is actually here to supply you access to the station. You would be doing your scientific actions on the station, under supervision, of course, and then you would
Yes.
leave via the Cedarina.
But is it staying the whole time, or is it going off to do shit and then coming back?
Oh,
to
no,
us
no,
when we're
no.
done?
Yeah, no, the idea is that Lugar is going to try to dock the Cedarina with the
Instead.
station. And, yeah,
So in other words, if we need to come back for any of these things later, it is possible.
absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Drabikowski, do you know
Yes.
something? Did you grab one of those suits? One of the survival suits?
That's what I am deciding on,
Okay.
because they I have 2 left in my encumbrance after my starting equipment, and I'm deciding if I want to waste it on that suit or if I want to take other things that seem more useful.
Do I have any reason right now to believe we'll need one of those suits?
What suits?
The all-world system survival
suits.
suit.
Not right now.
All right,
Except
I'm
for
just
the fact that there is radiation.
on
which
on
I
board
am
the station.
Yeah. It may leak, it may not. I do not know. Look at it. It does not look very,
You make a
Sturdy.
good point. I think I'll take one of the survival suits and a med kit.
Here's what I'd like you guys to do, just because I'm not taking notes. Would you just type in the Roll20 chat what it is that you guys will be taking, so I can then append them to your character sheets? Or if you have the ability to do so yourself, that would be even better.
One more question, actually, Matt.
Yeah, go for it.
How many reloads do I have with my gun?
It should say.
Doesn't
Oh,
say. I
wait,
don't really
your
check it out.
own gun versus
my
the
own
gun on
gun.
the ship? Yeah, standard with Marines is 3, but standard for survive or for security is just a single reload.
Right. Okay.
All right. So everybody put in what it is that you're taking. That includes you too, Lark.
Yeah, I'm sort of pondering that. I think Lark, for this first chunk of stuff, has sort of been observing everyone mostly on the A and B deck sections, and just sort of like taking stuff in, but also acknowledging that some of the counseling is about when they're approaching the counselor for assistance. Some of it is about, you can't entirely just sum someone up. So I think Lark is also spending time looking out the giant windows at this mark of space whilst everybody is bustling around.
Got it.
I think Lark is very reserved and quiet at this stage of things.
Okay. That's totally fair. I'm just checking something. Don't mind me, folks. 2. Wow. Interesting. Clicking again. Okay, cool. I've got my answer. Super. All right. So, I would say after about 5 minutes, as you guys begin to sort of gear up for what you assume to be the entry onto the station, you come within view of the actual.
Matt, what do electrical toolkits do?
I messaged you on Discord. Electrical tool.
I have computer tools in my inventory. In this equipment, it says electrical toolkits.
Comtech +1.
That different.
Oh, so my computer kit does the same thing.
I think it does the same thing. Yes.
All right, sweet.
Thank you for that.
So I don't need to take that. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just taking a suit.
Okay. Yeah, just pop it into chat.
Yep, doing it.
No worries. So, as you approach Erebos, the only noise that you hear coming from Lugar's station in the front is the single sort of beep of the automated docking beacon signal. And Lugar sort of turns, she's got her sort of hand just sort of on her chin, looking at the fact that there are no, not no lights. The station is mostly dark. Mostly. And as you approach, probably within a few hundred meters, the lights on the main concourse come alive, and a docking port actually begins to extend on right around deck G, on the right-hand side, or I would say the starboard side, of the Erebos station. So Lugar looks over at the 5 of you and says, "So we can extend an umbilical to one of its docking ports, just like it's doing to us, or we can orbit it or spacewalk to it. It's your choice, folks."
Which is safest, Captain?
I mean, safest is tethering ourselves to the docking arm, I would think. They seem to be wanting us to come on board. They seem to be knowledgeable about our arrival.
That would be my vote.
How about you? Points at you, Lark.
I believe a sensible course of action is to be entirely above board and communicative directly and firmly, since we are here with purpose.
Mm-hmm.
We should extend to the umbilical.
Mr. Ejiri?
I agree.
Okay. And that's pretty much majority. Mr. Navarre, it seems like you have your hand up. Navarre puts his hand down and says, "I think that it would be safest to keep a distance. We could orbit the station, and potentially, seems that we would have, if need, a way of communicating with the station. and then determine if everything is okay. I fear for the safety, considering that there are conscripted convicts on board. It could be a ruse. It could be a trap.
It is my understanding that the convicts are kept relatively separate from the command center of the ship, but you do make good points.
Just gonna put a hand on Navarre's shoulder. Don't worry, buddy. I'll go first.
Oh, how kind of you. Thank you so very much. Lugar says, well, all right, then here we go. And she puts her hands on the console to bring the docking umbilical cord, and she places a couple of keystrokes in, and go a little sound effect. And you see docking umbilical extension active. And you guys hear a sort of that shakes the whole craft as this sort of extension of the ship from the port side of it begins to extend out, accordioning out to meet the other one on the other side of the ship. And that is when you hear this. And Lugar starts to look around as several lights begin to blink on her station. She's like, what, shit. She stands up and she says, move. And she moves Navarre out of the way and she looks at a screen and she says, shit. And immediately, the whole ship just vaults to the left. All of you, please make mobility rolls.
Pass.
Pass, I think.
Pass.
Much pass.
Much passes?
Many passes.
Many passes. So all 5 of you pass.
Multi-pass.
Multi-pass?
Yeah.
Okay, so all of you pass your mobility
Only
rolls.
4 of us rolled.
Oh, did Tetsu, Noor, Sezja, Birger, and Lark. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The ship lurches, and you feel the artificial gravity completely seem to lose sway as the ship sort of moves in a 45-degree angle to its side, and Lugar starts to pull on the joystick to try to level out the ship, and she places a couple of commands in to extend the thrusters, and the ship sort of lurches to the right, and Lugar is slammed into the console headfirst. Boom! And she falls to the ground. The rest of you are able to brace yourself and realize that the ship has no pilot now. Gray, the android, sort of swiftly walks up behind and grabs onto the navigation console, and he says, one of you will need to pilot this vessel. Otherwise, we will crash directly into Erebos.
Yes, androids get stunts.
Oh yeah, everybody can get stunts from your mobility.
Yes, they can.
Who's piloting?
I am not your pilot, man.
No.
Do we not have stunts anymore?
Oh, sure you do.
Matt, for handouts? Rules handouts?
Yeah, they should all be in there. If not, then I can grab them and throw them across. No big deal.
Yeah, you can give
That'd
someone
be
you can
great.
give someone an auto success if you wanted to.
That's part of what I was gonna do was since I got 3,
That's one of the mobility stunts. I'm actually gonna bank my +1 for later. Thank you for reminding me.
I only had 1 success. So.
Okay, so who's piloting?
I'm gonna use since I got 3. I'm gonna use 2. I'm gonna bank 1 and use 1 to get a bonus on whatever roll I have to do for piloting.
That's a mobility.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, piloting
Right?
is
sorry.
That's only for mobility
right.
rolls.
No, I'm just gonna bank 2.
So no worries. So bank the ones that you want to bank. No worries. But I still need an answer. Who of the 5 of you is going to pilot this ship? Otherwise, it's going to slam. Lark has his hand up. All right, or her hand up, I should say.
I have an agility of 4.
Okay,
so
Lark.
that's all I got for
So
you.
go ahead and make your piloting roll, please.
Yep. Also a 4.
1 success.
Nice.
That is enough. Okay, so you're able
Lark.
to grab onto the joystick. Please tell me how you successfully pilot the ship.
After barely losing footing and catching herself mobility-wise, Lark is going to calmly stride over as everything is careening and simply go,
Well, float
"Everyone,
over.
please remain calm. We will, yes, float on over, sort of hide oneself there and be like, everyone, please remain calm. Anyone wits about them. There is no need to panic at such an early stage."
Fair enough to say this,
And then
Lark,
just
because
gravity control.
everyone besides, of course, our resident synthetic, please add 1 stress.
Oh. And is this
That
the?
begins.
So it begins.
So it
Maybe
begins.
do it.
Can I go over while Lark is trying to reposition the ship? I just want to go over and just check on the captain to see if the captain's dead or if the captain's just knocked out.
Their blood covers her her forehead and a portion of her temple. Her eyelids are fluttering and her eyes are moving in rapid succession. She's definitely not dead. She's breathing raggedly. She's unconscious.
You get her to a med bay. To the med bay.
Who's bringing her?
I'll carry her.
Okay,
Do this.
Sajaad, you
Well,
take her,
it's gonna
throw her over your
float
shoulder.
her.
I'm gonna carry her like in my arms.
That's fair. Yep. Okay, and you
Well,
bring
we
her on
don't-
down.
Correct. We don't have gravity right now, right?
No, the gravity was temporarily disabled as
Oh, it was only temporary.
there was like a gravity shear that came
Gotcha,
from
okay.
that came seemingly in the direction that you were being pulled towards the black hole. Like there was just a gravity expulsion of the black hole that pulled the Cedarina towards it temporarily. But the thrusters were able to stabilize the ship. However, the ship is now directly headed, and even with your piloting skill, towards the Erebos station. However, I should say however more often, the abilities that you have, Lark, as a pilot will enable you to choose which of 3 spaces on the Erebos station that you can smash the bulk of the Cedarina into.
Okay.
I will give you those 3. So, there is... Yes, sorry?
I was going to say, did we have the umbilical fully extended by the time the crash started happened?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
And now...
So I don't want to crunch that.
That is correct.
Okay.
Well, we'll see how things go, but you're crashing nonetheless. So the 3 different spaces that you are able to crash into are the following. Let me just check something here. Yep. So number 1, Deck E. Number 2, Deck F on the port side, not the starboard side. Or Deck H, which is right where the trawling arm of the space station is. The space station actually has 2 trawling arms that it uses to trawl through the plasma that is ejected from the black hole, or at least spiraling down it, which it uses as a collector dish, essentially. So you can pilot the ship to either Deck E, Deck F, or Deck H.
So either food and supply, corrections modules, or factory complex.
Yes, that is that's the deck levels as they are named.
I would recommend against hitting food and supply. We are going to need both of those things.
Lark, make your decision, please.
Factory complex, but I want to ask a question before so that I can figure out how to do it correctly.
Okay.
With the factory and the extended arm, is there any sort of like holding bay or storage area for the stuff that's being hauled in? Is it a giant piece of machinery like the front of our ship for hauling plasma? Is it detachable? Is it in any way enterable by people? Could I try and maneuver the extended umbilical that we've already got out, like into some sort of tunneling place?
Which deck are you?
I'm trying not to wreck our ship.
No worries. Which deck? Which deck is that? E, F, or H? Sorry.
It's H.
H. Okay. So the way that the ship is now moving, you'd be able to wedge the ship into the plasma collector of the maw. Unfortunately, the what's it called? The umbilical would be absolutely smashed beyond repair.
Going to either of the other decks not smash the umbilical, or it's just gone either way?
It would unfortunately smash the umbilical if you went into E, and it would not smash the umbilical if you went to F.
can I get while drifting? Can I possibly calculate with my android brain what would happen if I smashed into F?
If you smash into F, the great majority of that particular area would probably catch fire due to the fact that you're smashing directly into probably one of the plasma cells.
But F was corrections. Or
F is correct.
It is corrections. That's where the cell block is, but that's also where some plasma inducers are, where you're headed. So,
okay.
So go ahead and let me know which
The
one of
hell
these
built
three.
the space station?
No, it's got to be H. We've got to lose the ship and get stuck here. Let's play the trope. Yep. Nope. Let's play the trope. No, she's gonna look at it and go, "We need to protect as many lives as possible. Everyone, please put your suits on." And as she sorts down her own visor and makes sure that the air is working properly, sort of adjusting with one hand and then just the very calm, detached steering with the other. She's gonna try and, as gently as possible, while this whole thing is out of our control, half floating in the seat. Lark is going to try and maneuver this as best as possible to just bump up against it and scrape a little of the paint off as possible off of the Cedar Rhino.
Okay, so once again, I'm going to ask you just because I wasn't clear on the actual answer. E, F, or H?
H.
H. Fantastic. So you're aiming directly for the trawling arm, and as the Cedar Rhino comes to a relatively ungraceful stop, you just hear the sort of like scratching of the Cedar Rhino sort of coming to a stop, and then you hear the computer of Mother saying, "Hull breach, critical damage, hull breach, critical damage, hull breach." And this sort of sound of grinding and sort of strange peppering noises on the outside of the hull, like it's like something on the outside is just hitting it. And then eventually, Gray turns to the console and turns off the alert. Then there is a sound that sounds like this. And there's a flash of sparks on the console, and the lights begin to flicker on the ship. Gray goes, "That is somewhat distressing." And then places a couple of commands in and says, "This is not good. This is not good at all."
No, it is not, but the station should have come so we can contact Wayland Guzani and let them know what has happened.
That is a distinct possibility. We must, of course, board the ship, board the station.
Are we like wedged into the station now, basically?
You guys are wedged into the
into
plasma collector arm of it. Gray says, "The only possible entry is..." And Gray points out the view screen to an airlock about 50 meters from where the ship has sort of placed itself, and it says airlock 21. An EVA will be required.
An EVA walk it will be.
And the suits we have, or the suit that I took is good for that, right? It can survive.
Yeah, we have air supplies in our suits.
Okay.
Mhm.
So Drabikowski sort of just like rolls her head and cracks her neck and says, "Oh, it's been quite a while since I had a walk in the clouds."
It has been too long for me. Do we have the rope? The 200 feet of line, I think.
The
I
harpoon
do
guns.
believe the sergeant took it.
That's on the harpoon guns themselves. It's the same thing I had to do with the last one, Jonathan, with the harpoon climbs.
The harpoon gun is attached to the rope, right?
Yes, it has a spool of 200 meters of line that is attached to the actual harpoon.
Thought so. Then just need to shoot it, right?
That's correct. You do need to shoot it, and you do need to make a good roll when you shoot it.
Please do not hit anything
wow.
critical.
All right, so everyone's geared up, hopefully, with the gear that they have noted in.
I am happy to go without the rope, but I'm sorry, what is the synthetic's name?
Gray.
Gray, it would be best if you grab the captain and suit her up so that she may come with us. If unconscious, we can at least move her body and hopefully treat her injuries in the medbay on the ship, on the station.
We'll need to attend to her in medbay if you are intent on exiting the craft and moving to the station. I will need to make sure that she is wary and conscious before she is able to join you on board. So I will be more than happy to attend to her if the 5 of you would like to, or I should say 6 of you. Turns to Navarre, of course. If the 6 of you would like to begin your ascent.
Well, I did not come here to sit in the dark.
I believe actually there's only six. There's only six suits
6
anyway.
suits.
Well, the synthetic
yeah.
doesn't need one.
Lark doesn't need one.
That's
right?
true. Lark does not need one because Lark does not need to breathe.
Oh.
However, there is radiation. It's worthwhile mentioning that. I think that actually Captain Lugar did mention that there's quite strong radiation from the black hole. Radiation, I don't believe synthetics are immune to. Especially strong radiation.
Oh, I'm gonna just keep this on.
Shit.
Will you be okay on the ship?
care anyway.
I mean, you've lost power. What can?
Yes, I will have to. Access our emergency reserves in order to determine the damage to the ship as well as to reactivate the medbay. I do believe that beyond the external damage that was done to the Zeta Rhina upon impact, based on my analysis, there are objects that have driven themselves into the hull of the Zeta Rhina, which have caused additional stress to the outside of the ship.
In other words, we are no longer flight-worthy.
Unfortunately not. Based on my initial analysis, there are 3 things that we need in order for the Zeta Rhina to extract itself from the station.
What might those be?
The first is that, due to the fact that this ship is not meant for direct impact with another vessel much greater, that additional tools are needed in order to repair the damage. These tools are unfortunately not aboard this particular craft, and so it is necessary that these tools be found, and an EVA, or perhaps use of tools, seeing as that EVA pods have these tools on board them, would be enabled to repair the damage to the ship. The second item that is needed in order to fix the ship is... sorry, give me 1 second. The second object that is needed are full power supplies. Due to the fact that the Zeta Rhina's main plasma supply was essentially flash fried due to the smash into the ship and therefore exposed to radiation from the black hole, the power supplies are going to need to be re-enabled. So additional power, let me get the exact name here for you folks, sorry. Plasma... Yeah, here we go. Plasma power cells. They are replacement energy cells. They would be potentially found on board the station. So
How many do you need?
3, at minimum. For engine ignition, 3.
Are they heavy?
Yes, they are approximately 75 to 100 pounds in weight and are approximately 1 meter tall.
This is a factory station. I'm certain there are power loaders on board.
It is possible, however, they will be able to be carried with those of you who have significant strength. That is the second item. The third is a thruster compression coil. Without this coil, the Zeta Rhina's main thrusters will not function. You will need to, of course, find such a compression coil. It is very possible that the station's external thrusters, being as that this ship, that the station is in orbit around a black hole and uses thrusters to maintain its orbit, would be found, most likely, in and around this station. The components that are needed in order to retain the ship's ability to excise itself from the station, it will take time in order to remove and or install these particular items. Is there any
How
other
much time?
information that you need?
The tools,
Well, we
power
should-
supplies, and third one.
The thruster compression coil.
Well, I imagine our work on this station will not be done in a day. If we can requisition these supplies, we can repair your ship as we continue with our research.
Yes,
Okay.
that is most likely.
This has certainly sidelined our purpose coming here, but I suppose it's our only option.
That is correct.
Well, we are expected on this station. I assume that if we board, speak with those in command, and discuss payment from Mr. Wayland, they will supply us with what we need, and the ship can be repaired as we continue doing what we came here to do. It need not be our concern.
Navarre sort of nods at you, Drabikowski, and says, "Yes, well said, well said." Well, I must attend to some things. Apologies. I will be in my quarters. When you decide that it is time for us to leave and bring ourselves to the station, I will join you. And then he walks down towards the lift that brings him to his quarters. Hedenström, as you watch him go, you do see that rolling across the floor is an item that you feel might be actually quite useful to you. Please roll a d4, because you've just been given a piece of random piece of gear by our friends in chat.
Oh, there's no 1d4 button. Hold
You
on.
can just do
You can type it.
yeah, you can either even better, he's got a physical die.
Yes.
What?
All right. There we go. 1d4.
And we're doing our gear a little differently now, folks, because
Two.
we don't have finding nap relief in droves.
Oh, we're not gonna find 10 now.
We're not gonna find 10 nap relief. I changed the gears a little bit.
Hey kid, you want to buy some space drugs?
We
I got
have
it.
so much.
You got a 4?
relief.
A 2. I had a 2.
Okay, a
You
2.
really did.
Here we go. All right, folks. Gear. Here we go.
Does everyone else see this too?
2. Okay, cool. No, I'm just going to tell you what you get. 2, and then I would like you to roll just flip a coin or roll a d2.
Okay. I'm just gonna even odd it with a d6.
Sure, even better.
So I got a 2.
Another
I'll
2.
just call it
Yeah,
a 2.
This thing rolls across the floor, and at first it looks like a can of Barbasol, like shaving cream. I mean, they still have that in the 23rd century, sure. But it doesn't have any label on it. Or at least not a label that looks like Barbasol. Instead, it has a sort of a very strange sort of green label on it that says T3.
I know what that is.
Well,
He's a biologist. So
yeah, I don't think you would know what this is.
But it looks intriguing to me.
It does look intriguing, and it looks like it's about, I don't know, the size of like a can of Spam. Yeah.
I'm just gonna pick it up
Okay?
and
You pick it up. It says, hazardous, do not open.
did everybody else see this item?
I don't
On the
think so.
ground?
I think just you.
All right, I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Okay. You see, it has
I
it has like a tab on it, and on the other side of it has like what seems to be like an explosive like charge or firing pin on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just stow that away
Fair.
in my bag.
Okay.
I think with the base level of intelligence, I get a feeling of maybe what it might do.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
What should I put that in my inventory as?
Just call it T3.
T3. All
T3
right.
canister.
Encumbrance on that or nah?
I'm gonna say it's 1/4.
1/4. How do I? Let's see. 0.25.
Yep, 0.25.
Cool. All right.
the sheet will yell at you, but it will work.
Yeah.
Cool. It did yell. All right. There we
Damn
go.
sheet yelling at me. What the fuck? All right. So, what else do you guys want to do in the interim? I'm assuming you guys want to suit up, get your suits on.
I am already suited.
You said there's 4 harpoon guns, right?
There are 4 harpoon guns. I mean, it shows you on the hand.
Yeah. No. I'm just wondering if I miss my first shot, I have 3 more.
Yes. If you miss
There
your
you go.
first shot, you do have 3 more shots. That's correct. All right. So you guys are on deck H, correct?
H for happy place.
H for happy
Mhm.
place. Hell yes, absolutely. All right. Let me.
For horrible consequences.
And as instructed, you guys are across from airlock 21, if I could remember correctly.
Yes,
Personal.
I will head to the airlock on our ship.
Okay. Please do not forget when you utilize these suits that because they have 6 air, you need to go onto your sheet and put in the number 6 because after each turn, usually every 10 minutes or so, we will need to roll for air.
And that is rolling 6 dice, and if you get a 1, you lose.
That's correct.
Air.
You lose air, and you'll need to recharge
For
it
every
or
one that
refill
you
it.
roll.
That's correct.
Every one that you roll.
Yeah.
Well,
And the great
okay.
thing about these sheets is you actually don't need to roll anything. You just have to click on the air button on your sheet, and it does it already for you.
Yeah, it's really nicely set up.
It's super, very nicely set up. Now, you'll be happy to know that I'm not tracking food or water, at least not at this time. I'm assuming that you guys all have appropriate amounts of food or water on the ship. And there may be food or water on the station.
One would hope they're not starving their prisoners.
That is a very distinct
A
possibility.
hungry workforce is not a helpful workforce.
Now, you are on the port side of the station. The starboard side of the station is sort of on around the back. You're not able to see it, not to mention the fact that your ship is just smashed right into the plasma collector. But what I'm going to do is I am going to bring you all to a map. Before I do that, though, I want to make sure you all have vision. Now, you will most likely be able to see other parts of the station from where you are, but that's okay because I have everything that's secret meant to be secret on a totally different level or layer of
That's the hope.
Yeah. So let's go from there. And if you guys do see things that you're probably not supposed to, let me know so I can adjust. All right.
That was a big fucking map, man.
It is a
Holy
big map, so you're gonna have to zoom in.
Yeah, I am.
Fucker.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So who's going
our
out of
airlock
the airlock
unit.
first towards the ship?
I will go out first.
Okay.
You don't want me to try to get a grappling hook first, or
I have been walking in EVA since I was a child.
Do
It will
you
be fine.
have 0G training?
I do.
Oh, there you go. So the mobility, from what I understand, your mobility rolls are done with a bonus. Am I correct?
I get a +2 to mobility for anything in 0G.
That's hot. I'm loving it. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
now, question actually.
Sure.
Can I give her like an end of the spool of rope?
You want to shoot
Like-
her with the... No, because...
Well, I don't want to like shoot her, but like I want to like.
I think she wants
shoot
to
me here,
uncoil.
and then...
I
Yeah.
think she wants to uncoil it so that I can just take it over as opposed to having to
I
shoot
see.
an aim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Well, it's also because if you miss for some reason, you won't fly off into the cold darkness of space.
That is fair.
That is also
Shortest
very-
lived character ever.
I've seen shorter.
I've done worse. Ask
Ask
about the last time I played Dread in person.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
I don't want to... Okay, just let me give you a little bit of ambiance here, folks, because space is very cold.
We should be certain that we can open the door before we all travel across, yes?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, you definitely
That's,
can
no,
open...
that's me. That's me speaking
Oh,
to them in
Sorry.
character.
Sorry.
It does not make sense to shoot and for all of us to travel across only to find the airlock is locked or was damaged when we crashed.
Possible.
So let's tie this rope to you, and then
Mhm.
if it's fucked, we'll figure it out
Come
another
up,
plan.
come up with plan B, please.
And I can just pull you back. So easy.
Very
Surely
good.
they know we're here. There must be somebody on the other side to let us in.
You don't seem to
Well, we did
see anything.
we did crash into the factory.
And no response, it seems. So
None.
And I doubt the prisoners have access codes to the airlock. That would, well,
Good point.
All right, so Drabikowski, you grab the end of the rope,
da.
and I'd like you to make a mobility roll towards the airlock, please. Well, I should say,
I-
once the external airlock door opens, you hear like
Oh, there we go.
flashing lights, Flashing yellow lights, the door opens. You guys watch Drabikowski sort of step out with the end of this corded rope. And
I'm also taking my banked +1, so I'm taking a +3.
fantastic. Go for it.
Okay. And boom. Ooh,
One success.
Only one. Glad I took that back.
One
Yes.
success. Excellent. You guys will also note there is a big button under there that says push, which is something that wasn't there before.
Yes.
We should all be able to see each other's rolls, right?
Oh,
Because I don't see.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
I did not see that. Drabikowski, did you
Oh.
have secret on your...
Oh, maybe I did. Oh, that's probably why. If I did, where do I set that?
Let's
In
take
the
It's a
gear,
button
the
on the
gear you
sheet.
can say it says whisper to GM never or always.
Look, we
I
can fix
don't-
that. I can fix that.
I don't even have that toggle on here. I don't think that was
I got
activated
you.
on my sheet.
I got you.
Yeah,
It's
I
no
might
problem.
just be set to it.
I got you. I'm going to say never for your whispers.
There we go. Well, you could whisper toggle me in case I need to whisper to you for some
That's
reason.
true. That's true. But it would still show in chat, and chat would be seen by Twitch, and so they would be like, "Oh my god, I can't
Okay,
believe!" Right? So
That explains why I didn't see all 5 on the mobility.
That would explain it, yeah.
none of you have nerves of steel.
Oh, there we go. I don't think so.
Nope.
Alright, cool. So, one success.
One success is enough. So you move through space and land right next to the airlock. Oh, not that airlock. This is the airlock.
Oh, not that airlock?
Yeah, airlock 21's over here.
Oh, okay. Much shorter walk.
Much closer, yeah.
Yeah. That's airlock
Alright.
23 over there.
You're like halfway to the wrong airlock.
couldn't-
The
I
other-
couldn't
the other
s-
way.
I couldn't see anything over here. I see a door where the other one is. I
Mhm.
don't see a
Oh.
door here. That's why I didn't realize it was there.
There's a little tag just underneath the names of Lugar and Navarre.
Oh, there it is. Now I see it. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, so I make my way to the airlock, and it is. Oh, it's completely open. I can just walk right the fuck in. All right.
Yeah.
All right, then I will secure the line so that everybody else can cross.
Second. I'm just going to take that door out. Right.
This is very small tube. I am squeezing.
Why you don't want to delete? Fine. Not a big deal. Okay. Yeah, these are relatively small. Like you're able to crawl through these corridors. If you're not able to get through them, please let me know.
I am moving slowly because I'm waiting for others.
Okay.
But I am
Anyone
getting
else?
out of the way so they can get in.
Yeah, sure. You extended the rope to the actual ship, though, correct?
Well, because it was tied to me, so I just secured it to this ship now. So,
Okay. So
what's her name has one.
yeah. So Sajaad, you have
Sajaad.
one end of the Sajaad.
Yeah.
Uh,
Fine, whatever.
You have one end of the rope,
I do.
and
What?
yeah, and Drabikowski tied it off to the other side. So any additional mobility rolls that you guys are going to make to get to the ship will be done. I'm going to give you a bonus 1.
I am very uneasy about this. I will watch everyone else go first.
Navarre sort of chuckles.
I give him the side eye.
Come on, no, Hedenström. It's nothing. And he steps out and he makes a mobility roll. After all, the line is right here. Here's his mobility roll. Come on now. Mobility with a +1. That's one success. He moves slowly down the line and goes inside the airlock. Who's next?
I can say, where I was prepared to shoot more than once if necessary, I can say I have more than one grappling gun. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I would have an extra one just in case.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I'm gonna hold off until others get across, just because I'm probably holding onto the rope right now anyway, or holding onto the grappling gun.
Okay.
Next.
Lark, okay. Go for it. +1 mobility.
Nice.
2 successes. You can bank one of those if you'd like.
Or gift one to someone.
Or gift. That's correct.
I'll hold on to a +6 in case somebody offs it.
Okay.
No, how many? We have 2 left?
2 people, 3 people left.
3.
Anybody worried about it? Just rolling how few.
I'm not worried about it. I have a pretty good score in mobility. Famous last words,
Ejiri?
of course.
I'll move you, though, Lark.
I think I should be okay. Don't worry, Hedenström. It's just like walking to the office. And I'll go and just make my mobility check.
Okay, +1. 1 success.
Just casually go across.
Fantastic, Ejiri.
Okay. Wish me luck, Sajaad.
You got this.
And just put a 1 into this field. Is that right? Dice to
Yes.
add. All right.
No
no
just a one.
pluses.
Yep.
Oh.
No pluses.
That's no successes and a panic, which
And-
means
yeah.
you cannot push the roll.
Oh.
So Hedenström, you step off and you begin to move yourself down the line, and your finger slips. Shit! And you are floating free fall in space. What does everyone else want to do?
I'm panicking. I'm looking back at the gate and back
And
over
in
at the
fact, you are panicking. Please make a panic roll.
ship. Yeah. Oh, it's been a while since I've done that. How do I do that in here?
So making a panic roll is pretty simple. There is a button on the sheet that says panic.
I'm not seeing it. I'm sorry.
No worries. I'll guide you to it. Let me just.
Where's the panic
Where
button?
is it?
Gone on the new sheet.
Yeah.
Hold
Oh
on.
yeah, it is gone.
Hold on. There is definitely
know
a panic button here. Where'd it go? Shit.
Big red and bang, you hit it.
Yeah, it used to be. Hold on. There's gotta be a panic button here somewhere.
I'm looking too. I don't see it though.
Weird.
Okay, there you go. Just click stress.
Oh, okay.
Oh, just
Ah.
click
Click,
my
that's
just
cool.
click the little dice icon next to
Oh.
stress level.
My God.
That's
Look
so
at
convenient.
that.
Oh, it is really tiny, yeah.
It's a teeny
Yeah, it's very
little
tiny.
D6 that says stress level, and that panics you. Look at that, folks.
All right.
All right,
So
so
I managed to keep it together.
you keep it together. Absolutely.
I want to
But he's still floating in space.
I want to
I'm
take
down
the,
the tunnel. I can't see him.
yeah. I want to take the rest of the rope that I'm holding onto and just like tie the grappling gun around my waist
Totally fair.
and then just try to jump and catch him.
Okay, those of you who can see him gain a +1 stress, because seeing Hedenström float through space, potentially for all time, is certainly a stressful thing to see. So those of you who can gain stress, who are within vision of him, which means Sajaad, I would say Ejiri. Drabikowski, you're too far down, so I would say that you don't see him, but you definitely hear it over the comms. You hear, so I'm going to go ahead and say that you take a point of stress too.
I'll take it. That's fine.
And do I take a stress as well because of what just happened?
You damn straight, sir. Though you
Yeah.
panicked, you still take a point of
Okay.
stress.
Oh dear.
Yeah, can
Oh.
I try to do that, Matt?
So should my panic roll should have been a little different? Okay.
No, you panicked before you took the stress. So you
Okay.
panic immediately, and then you took a stress because of the situation. Not a big deal.
Got it.
I doubt very highly it would have gone very, very much any
Much
further.
worse.
Yeah. You would have maybe gotten some residual panic effect, but it's fine. Sajaad, you wanted to do what? You wanted to try to shoot your second line at Hedenström?
No, I want to take the line I'm currently holding
Okay.
and just wrap it around my waist and just tie it off while the
Oh.
gun's still there.
Okay.
Because
then
it's
try to jump
anchored
and
on this
grab him.
side.
Yeah, it's anchored
It
on that
is.
side. So
That's
if
correct.
I tie it to myself,
Yep.
I should be okay, and I just want to try to catch him.
Okay, so you're going to have to jump to catch him.
Perfect.
Make
Let's
a
do it.
mobility roll.
I will certainly do that. Do I have any pluses because I'm literally tied to the line?
No, because it's like you're instead of like using it to climb across to the ship, you're just jumping out and trying to catch him, right?
Let's do it.
Damn,
Let's do
girlfriend.
some
Nice. Oh, you panicked.
She
So
panicked,
she did
though.
panic, So go ahead and make your panic roll, and obviously you can't push this, but you did get 2 successes. Make your panic roll. I don't think this is going to cost you anything because of the potential for, but things may happen. All right,
Yeah,
so you keep it together, and you're able to grab Hedenström and grab him and wrap your arms around him.
I gotcha. You good?
Yeah, good. Just get me back to the base.
Hedenström's breathing is coming in sort of like you're trying to stabilize it, but you're feeling like some stuff going on in your chest, Hedenström. Like your breathing is coming out pretty rapidly.
Okay.
I'm imagining it like you're freaking out, like thinking you're going to be just completely fucked and lost in space, and you're like spinning and turning, and all of a sudden you just feel me like grab you.
Boom.
And like
I need to conserve air.
breathe.
That's actually a really good point. Hedenström, I would say because if this is strenuous activity, go ahead and make an air roll.
Oh God. Forgot homework, teacher.
This is what we do with newbies on the hill. Damn.
Nice.
Panic again. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so 1 panic means you lose 1 air, which is approximate.
Okay.
It's
All right.
fine.
I'm down to 5.
So now you're down to 5 air. That's about right? You're hyperventilating, and you just like your air is fogging up on the inside of your helmet.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Sajaad grabs you, you're able to stabilize, but you have lost 1/6 of your air.
Hedenström, I need you to listen, focus. Breathe. I'm gonna hold on to you, and you're gonna pull us to the ship. Rope's right there. You're just gonna take one hand, one other step to the other. You got this. You got this, buddy.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say, just to fast forward through things, that Sajaad and Hedenström, you pull yourselves towards the station and are able to move and bring yourself to the airlock door. The door is currently open, Drabikowski. You were able to make your way inside of it without actually any need to comtech inside. But the door to the outside of space, to the eternal vacuum of space, is in fact open. What I would like you all 5 of you, however, to do is, because you have been exposed to the vacuum of space directly near a very strong source of radiation, like all of you, including our friendly neighborhood synthetic, to make what's called first of all, each of you will get 1 rad of radiation, because you are in a strong radiation source.
Even if we're in the all-world survival suit?
That's a good question. I think that the all-world survival suit, from what I remember, has the ability to sort of protect you from radiation. And I think it sort of slowly ticks down. I know that there's a thing with it. So let me take a look at the radiation suit's ability here really quickly. I think it's under your gear. Let me just quickly look at the gear. Here we go. Suits and body armor. So you are in a all-worlds system hostile environmental survival
Eco 2, yeah.
Okay, so you have an air supply of 6, designed for high-pressure environments. Eco 2 all-worlds system hostile environment survival suit. It doesn't say. I'm going to look it up really quickly on the thing.
I don't know if this is different from Destroyer of Worlds, because for Heart of Darkness, because in the core rulebook, it's only the Eco, and this is an Eco 2, so I don't know if they made an upgraded version for this game or not.
I will tell you. I think that they did. Okay, here we go. Survival suit. Yeah, here we are. This helmet... this suit is not a professional hazmat suit. So what that means is, like the original Eco, not the Eco 2, but the original Eco, this hard suit has fully articulated rotary joints and self-actuating fingers, and it is designed for both vacuum and high-pressure environments, but not high-radiation environments.
Okay, fair.
Real shit.
There we go.
Okay.
So,
Why did I waste my 2 pounds of encumbrance on this shit?
I
Oh,
mean,
whatever.
it does give you a certain amount of
Ability to breathe in space.
that. One, it gives you the ability to breathe in space. Two, it has an armor rating of 8.
It does. Oh wow, that's better
Holy
than the one in
shit.
the book. Awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely an 8
Okay.
armor rating. So just keep that in mind, folks. It's heavy as fuck though, because its weight is 3.
It's weighted. Oh, the one in the book said weight 2.
Oh, that's weird. The one in the book says weight 2. Let me
The
check.
Yeah.
one in core
regular handbook.
in core rules.
Core
yeah,
Oh, the one in
said
core
weight
rules is
2.
just an eco. That's not an eco 2. This is eco.
Oh,
Eco
boy.
2 has 3 weight and more armor. It's better. It's heavier. It's bulkier.
Then I am encumbered.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just floating through space, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So, that said,
So what does encumbered mean?
encumbered means that you, let me get the actual rule for it. I believe that means that you can't run. It means that you can't, like, you're right there, Sarah. Don't die!
Yeah, sorry.
Don't die, Sarah!
My husband gave me a piece of breaded chicken, and I got a breadcrumb stuck in my throat.
Oh, Lord, I hate that.
That's not good.
Here we go. So, encumbrance.
There we go.
Yeah, air and power don't count towards encumbrance. Food and water don't count for encumbrance. External air tanks, if you have them, can count as encumbrance. Here we go. If you are over encumbered, you must make a mobility roll when you want to run or crawl during combat.
Okay, that's fine. I can live with that.
That is it. That is what over encumbered means.
Okay, that's cool then. I'm fine with that.
Okay. Now, so each of you please take a rad of radiation. How you do that is you track the rads in the top right corner of your character sheet. You see a little sort of a strange radiation signature.
It's not
icon.
in the little radiation bar down there?
Let's see. I think that might be a 2. Good question.
They look like 2 separate things.
That's
That's radiation damage.
That's
up
radiation
there.
damage. You're right. Radiation damage. So you haven't taken radiation damage quite yet, but you have taken.
So that's
rads.
just the rads down there.
That's
So
correct.
that's the radiation tracker
Yes.
bar.
So you've taken
On
a
the
rad.
left. Okay. You never, Matt. You never gave us like cards for the weapons we chose, right?
That is correct. But if you tell me what weapons you chose, I can just put them onto your character sheet if you'd like.
It's the MS EVA pistol.
Yep, that's what it is.
M5 EVA pistol.
Yep, that's just a 1/1.
1/1.
Yep,
All
it's a 1/1.
All right.
So you can just add that in weapons, hit the plus button, add EVA
think
pistol,
that's it.
run 1.
There we
Cool.
go.
All right.
Absolutely. So it's worthwhile stating, of course, Lugar is still on the ship with Gray.
Yeah,
Safest
Well,
place to
they're
be
gonna-
right now.
they're going to oversee the repairs.
Absolutely. So what do you guys want to do with the airlock? It's still open. You guys are still breathing through your air canisters.
Do we have
Close
comms
it
in these
behind us.
suits? or
Yes,
no?
you certainly do.
Then, being in the front, Drabikowski will say, whoever is in last, please close the airlock so we don't waste our air. Yes?
Just a button, right?
Yeah, it's a button. It says airlock close.
Can I close it then?
Okay, you push the button, you hear a squeak of metal as the airlock door slams shut. And then you see a green light that goes on that says pressure stabilized. Do you guys want to continue to use the air in your suits?
For the moment.
How much air is stabilized? There's air.
There's air
what you're
inside
saying.
the station now that you guys
We are,
have-
however, heading into a plasma collecting factory, right?
Yes, that is correct.
I'm going to keep my suit. I'm going to keep my suit air going for the moment.
Okay, fair.
I will
Seeing the
only-
smart people keep
yeah.
their suit on, I'm definitely doing the same.
You keeping
Same.
your suits?
I'll
Okay.
follow suit. Yeah.
Okay. You'll
Follow
follow
suit.
suit. Meh, meh, meh.
Womp womp.
Fantastic.
Well,
All right.
this a
Is there
very
anyone who
long
is
passage.
is there anyone who is not going to use their suit's air, meaning to take their helmet off and actually breathe the air of the station?
Dr. Ejiri first wants to take out his I want to take out my CBR and kit and start running a diagnostic of what the air like is in the interior.
That's a really great point. You take out your CBRN
Right.
and you see the Geiger. There's a Geiger counter on it, right?
That's why I took it out.
Hell yes, absolutely. The Geiger counter shows a very, very weak aura of radiation where you currently are. You heard the going crazy when you guys were exposed to space. And for that matter, ooh, somebody's breathing like a mofo, right? I like the
Sorry.
oh, that's Patrick. I'm liking it. It's getting me hot and heavy.
Brooding too close to my microphone.
That's fine. What I would like all of you to do, and this includes Lark, is please make a stamina roll. And
All of us. Okay.
Ejiri, you can make
God.
yours with a +1.
Not good.
Unless
Not
anyone
good.
else
Not-
has a CBRN. Does anyone else have a
This
CBRN?
was not
I-
good.
I do. I have a
Sure,
CBRM.
Okay,
Wait,
if-
hold on.
If you have a
I have-
CBRN, you can make it with a +1.
Where is it?
This is gonna be bad.
Oh yeah.
I'm
I'll work-
not
I'll work.
good at these things.
What type of roll? I'm sorry, Matt.
Yes, stamina.
A stamina roll. All right. And a +1.
Oh dear.
All right, I kept it together, but I failed.
Okay. I'm going to now make a roll in secret, if you guys don't
Oh
mind.
God.
Can you push the stamina roll?
Of course.
Birger can push it. I can't because I panicked.
If you panic, you cannot.
Definitely push that.
What if we can't push and we didn't panic?
Did you succeed?
Nope.
Oh, you mean because you're a synthetic, you cannot push rolls?
Yep.
Then I'm afraid you've got what you've got.
Hmm
Okay.
Am I the only person? Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm not the only
No,
person. No, Jerry succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, good.
Can I push my roll?
Yes, you can.
Yes, if you did not panic, you can certainly push your roll. Just hit the push button, and it should roll it again.
Ooh,
Rough. So nothing.
pushing.
No successes. So let's see who actually succeeded versus... actually, the amount of successes that you have is quite significant, actually. Because this is an opposed roll. Let me just make it for you. This is a... How many d6? Let me think. Do this.
Great news.
Chat should see
We
this.
skipped all of the entry levels and went right to the boss fight.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2,
We
3,
chose poorly.
2.
Poorly.
No successes. 1 success.
We only have 2 successes total.
Yep. I'm seeing who actually got. Okay. So Noor got 1 success. Lark with no successes. Ejiri 1 success. Drabikowski, no successes. Birger, no successes. Got it. Okay. Alrighty. Fair enough. I'm going to go ahead and say that as you guys sort of begin to walk around this area of the station after being subjected to the vacuum of space and all the panic therein, you feel sort of a little dizzy, a little out of sorts, and there is no one in this area. All there is this sort of strange thrumming noise after the chamber, of course, decompresses, noting that there is breathable air here on this in this area of the station. Where do you guys want to go?
I'm sort of looking out at this very long, narrow tube in front of me and realizing that it seems to be the only place to go.
Yeah, so where you guys are right now seems to be Lark and Drabikowski, since you guys are at the front. An area that is stationed directly over a large set of tanks on the collector, where the collector arm seems to merge with the rest of the station. These massive tanks, you would assume, based on the fact that they have large vents and stuff like that, are the actual plasma tanks themselves. And there is a catwalk, which you guys are now on, between the plasma collector arm and the central hub of the station.
All right, tread carefully. But we're heading in towards the center. Hopefully we can make our way up quickly. I will make my way out onto this catwalk.
Okay.
Make him away.
Your boots clump
Making my
plump
way out.
along the plank of the catwalk.
I will follow in the rear.
Okay. Follow how you'd like.
Question.
Yes.
These suits don't have like mag boots, do they?
No, they do not have mag boots.
The
Its
hell makes
station
a
has
space
gravity.
douche without mag boots?
This station has gravity. At least where you're walking. Anyway.
I'm just thinking things falling, breaking. You know, all the fun stuff
Sure.
with this wonderful game.
Of course.
Matt,
Yes.
the CBRN kit gives me the exact radiation level currently.
That is correct.
Has it weakened since we've gotten further in?
It has weakened, so it's like trace elements of radiation where you are right now. And you can see that as you move over the tanks, it sort of spikes up a bit and then comes back down.
Of course. Trace amounts are good enough for the company, I guess.
I have made it to a ladder.
Yes, what you have made it to, Drabikowski, is a junction of sorts. This junction is an area that seems to go up and down between levels of the station. So it seems to be a single ladder that brings you either up or down one level.
So let me look at my little map real quick. We crashed into F.
H.
H.
H, I mean, sorry. Okay, so we could go up to the main concourse if we go up here.
That is correct.
Down would take us to the lower tower. I feel like that's not going to be helpful right now. So I'm going to go up.
Okay. Do you have a CBRN or is it just...
I do not have a
You do not.
CBRN. No.
Okay. Yeah, the whole area is sort of a dank, cavernous, rusty, industrial look to it. Lights are very dim, if flashing on and off. And there's like a rumbling on the floor every once in a while. You're not sure if that's like a gravity shear or if there's something on the ship that's causing the whole station to sort of move every once in a while. Ejiri, as you get closer to where Drabikowski is, you note that your CBRN starts to climb.
Drabikowski. Readings are
Yeah?
climbing as I get closer to you.
Of course they are. The station is garbage.
Company standard,
Company standard. They don't care for the health of their prisoners. They only care about plasma.
You see that the corridor goes past the ladder and to a T intersection. You can go if you need to. You can go north or south. But if you want to go up or down, this would be the way to do it. This ladder.
I suggest we head up, make our way to the main concourse, and then hopefully from there up to command. Speak to someone about our unfortunate arrival.
Oh, it's logical.
Good.
All right.
Sajaad, do you want to come towards the front in case of unwanted aggression?
I'm on it. Let's do it. Let's move up. I'll stand between Ejiri and Drabikowski.
Povsky.
Drabikowski.
Drabikowski.
I'm getting it right. I will eventually get it right.
OW is of.
Of Drabikowski.
Drabikovsky. There you go.
Drabikowski. Yes.
Right, I will head up the ladder.
Okay. Lark, I'm going to give you a story card. Please take a look at it and do what you will with it.
I thought that was in the
Yeah.
game.
That is
Yeah.
that is outside my window. There is some crazy bullshit outside. Hold on, let me just make sure they go away. Yeah, they do. Let me just find the right card. Ah, there it is. Okay, I'm going to give this to you right now, Lark. Please take a look at it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give it a read.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And this is even with the stuff that we had talked about earlier.
Uh-huh. That is
Correct.
correct.
Okay.
So, Drabikowski, you're gonna go up. Am I correct?
Da.
Okay. Let me do this. Let me move you. If you guys are all gonna go, I will just have you guys all just, if you wouldn't mind, just to collapse on Drabikowski's area, so I can just grab you and move you to the next level up, which is actually level G, which is on a totally different map entirely. Okay.
Next floor up.
Next floor up. Find you. There you are.
Radiation. Bad dreams.
Yeah,
Snacks.
It's all for fun. Okay, let me take.
I don't think Waylon pays us to have fun. To be honest.
I
No,
mean,
no fun at work.
If I could get paid to have fun, that would be really great.
You'll have to move Navari over because
I've
we
already
can't.
done it.
Oh, okay.
Where you
My
gave
Alright,
pizza
looks
party
fair.
once.
my roll 20 must just be lagging today.
No worries.
Yeah. Do you think Wei gives pizza parties?
Once.
Okie dokie. Let me just change something here. Okay, super. I'm now going to move you guys to the map of level G.
Nice.
And there we go. And then I'll shift ping you. There we go.
Holy crap, this map is huge.
Oh wow, yeah.
Please
Yes,
zoom
it
in.
is.
You're going to
Good
need to.
God.
I couldn't even see where we were.
Yeah.
It will.
So you guys
Okay.
climb
So
up
we're no longer in a
into
pile.
the which is a long climb. It's about, I don't know, 50 maybe 60 meters of climbing between stations or between levels, and you're able to find yourselves in a long corridor.
Did we ever? Quick question. Did we ever figure out why we weren't able to dock the way we wanted to?
We got hit by a gravity wave of some kind from the black hole.
Exactly.
Okay.
Are we keeping track of potential spots where
I
we
did
can
not
find
get any
like,
communication
isolated?
from the station, correct?
No, you had no communications from the station whatsoever.
Where would you even find like power batteries?
That is supply.
It's likely, but you would have to. You don't see where that would be, and you haven't seen any stations or terminals that you could potentially log into and communicate to see if you can find even a map of the entire station.
But we do know that there is the food and supply area somewhere above us. We simply need to get there. Preferably via a lift. And not a ladder.
As you are speaking, all the six of you are speaking, you hear the sound of boots clomping down the corridor from
Which way?
from the northwest.
All right.
That is the direction in which we are walking. Hopefully this person is helpful.
Turning around the corridor, or I should say turn around the corner from the corridor, you see two figures which move in lockstep towards you. These figures are wearing a sort of a dark orange suit of sorts, a jumpsuit, but you immediately recognize them to not be human. They are synthetics, and they are of a type of synthetic that many of you probably have seen in your nightmares if you've watched Alien Isolation. They are very similar to Working Joes. They are a Davis model android. Let me see if I can give you guys a looky look on what these things look like. Give me one second.
And are they wearing like prisoner jumpsuits?
So they're not wearing prisoner
Or
jumpsuits.
corrections officer
They
jumpsuits.
seem to be corrections officers of a sort. So let me just Shift Z them. So that's what they look like.
Oh.
Oh yeah, they're
that's
creepy as fuck.
Lovely. This is piercing eyes.
Yes,
Maybe we
bright
lost there for
white
days.
eyes. Bright white eyes, the two of them as they walk towards you. As they spot the six of you in your suits, they stop. They don't look at each other. One of them just sort of moves towards you, and of sort of a voice utters forth from it. Greetings. May I assess your identities, please?
Of course. I am Colonel Dr. Sezja Drabikowski. We are the team from Wayland Yutani from Gihilgot Institute sent here to study the anomalies in the station. Unfortunately, our ship suffered much damage as we tried to dock with you.
Understood. May I have the identities of your compatriots, please?
She'll kind of step aside and look at them.
Sergeant.
I am Professor Birger Hedenström, PhD.
The android's eyes look at you, and for a second, Birger, its eyes flash red for a second. And it moves a step towards you and says, Mr. Hedenström, I have noticed that there is something on the back of your neck of great interest. May I have understanding as to why it is you have a barcode upon it?
I take my hand and kind of rub the back of my neck. This old thing. I had this tattooed on the back of my neck back in my college days when I was working on my doctorate.
It just stares at you, and then its eyes flash red a couple times, and then they flash white. Understood. And then its partner's eyes focus on you, Ejiri, and it says in that exact same voice, May I have your identity, please?
Dr. Tetsu Ejiri, radiobiologist, Wayland Yutani.
And yours. It focuses on you, Lark.
Hyperdyne Systems Model 770-S, Synthetic Psychologist. You may call me Lark.
Indeed. Thank you for relating your information. And you turns to Sajaad.
Sergeant Noor Sajaad. Oh, that's So Winter's fuck off. Sergeant Noor Sajaad. Sajaad.
Sajaad? Okay. Well, we're gonna go with Sajaad. I think Sajaad is fine. And yours. And it positions itself towards Navarre. It says, My name is Dr. Hector Navarre. I am part of this science team as well. Gaholgat Institute. And I think the androids look at each other. Their eyes sort of flash red, and then the other one's eyes flash red, almost as if they're sort of like talking to each other with just their eyes, or perhaps like corroborating stories. Not necessarily sure about that. And they then turn to you all, and one of them says, We would like to make sure that your stories are in fact truthful. Would you please, by all means, turn around and expose the back of your necks? There is quite a insurgency here on the station. We do not have record of you here on this station, and we are unable to assess Mother as it is currently in a temporary shutdown.
This is troubling, though I may be able to assist you with that once we have cleared up any misunderstandings. And she will turn around and lift her hair and show the back of her neck.
Yes, we can help. And we'll also turn around.
Okay. The android's eyes scan the two of you. Do the rest of you do the same?
Yeah. Turn around
Yeah.
and kind of lift up my slicked back hair and show him the back of my neck.
Yeah, it sees your, it sees yours, but your story seems to check out, at least from what you understand. And no one sees any. None of the others seem to see any. What is that noise? There's some weird sort of sloshing noise as you guys all turn around. I'd like you all to make observation rolls.
Oh dear.
I'm going to go ahead and use my character's special ability,
Which is what?
which is Breakthrough. Once per game session, I automatically pass an observation roll.
Nice, amazing.
But you do have the option to determine if I can use it to not spoil anything.
Sure. Of course. Okay,
I'm gonna push mine.
you're gonna push yours.
Yeah.
One success on your push, but you get more stress. By the way,
stress
I
if
would-
you fail.
I'd like to know what. Sorry, I'd like to know what we see before I choose my stunt.
Sure. First of all, I think, and I could be wrong about this, but when you hit the push button, does it automatically give you stress?
Mm-hmm.
That's
It does.
amazing.
Yeah, it does.
That's so good. I love that.
Yeah, that's nice that you don't have to track that yourself.
I love that. Okay. So here we go. Observation-wise, Lark, no successes. Sezja, 2 successes. Noor, 1 success with the push, and Tetsu, 1 success with just by itself. And then, of course, Hedenström, a single success with your talent.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with that said, Sezja, you probably see it first, considering your observations trump the others. You see out of the corner of your eye as you look south down towards the opposite direction which you were facing. There's something just out of the corner of your eye which sort of drags something just sort of like, it looks like something wet just sort of around the corner.
I would like to use my stunt for are there more of them close by?
You are not aware of anything that seems to be close by
Okay.
that matches what you saw.
She's not going to comment on that. She's just going to maybe raise a quizzical eyebrow, but say nothing.
Hedenström, because you used your talent, I'm going to give you a little bonus here because it seems that we've got another redemption in chat for a piece of gear that you're able to see on the deck. So go ahead and roll me that 1d4.
Again? Okay.
Yep.
You know what? I'll do
So we're
it
getting all
right in
the
here. Yeah, apparently.
You guys can divvy it all up if you want.
Does that work? I got a 1.
Okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely. And then give me a Sorry, give me 1 second here.
It's all right.
Because you rolled a 1, I'm going to go ahead and say... give me a d10, please.
D10?
A 5. Yeah, you see a candy bar. There's a candy bar on the ground.
Oh. It's weird. I pick up the candy bar.
Yeah, it seems half-eaten.
Can I look at it a little closer? Why is it just... You guys keep a dirty station here? I say to the 2 synthetics.
The synthetics don't respond.
Do I say anything odd about this half-eaten candy bar on the ground?
The fact is not just that the bar was eaten through, but the wrapper
wrapper.
was too.
Who's next to me? I got, fucking Navarre. Okay. I turn to Navarre. Do you see this?
Navarre says,
Looks like
"What are you doing with the candy bar?"
it's a Navar, it's not the candy bar itself. It was just bitten clean through. Look at it. Use your eyes.
You don't have to be demeaning. Yes, okay, it's a candy bar. That means that people are eating candy on the station. Wonderful.
No, they ate through the wrapper, Navar.
Well, they must be very
Whoever
hungry.
ate this... Nobody eats a wrapper. Nobody eats the wrapper of a candy bar.
Navar looks ashamed for a second. No, I'm just joking. He does not.
Who's that?
I mean, hey, when you're hungry, man, you're hungry.
Listen, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
It's recycling.
Yeah,
obviously.
exactly. He says, well, whatever ate it is clearly... I mean, this is a prison station. I assume that these prisoners are very unlikely to get candy, and perhaps they were just very desperate. Am I
Did I
correct?
also... Sorry.
No, he says that to the androids. The androids do not respond.
Did I also see the slimy thing, whatever it was, the wet thing on the ground?
You did
or
not.
No?
You did
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Just Drabikowski.
I toss the candy bar to the side.
Okay.
Just kind of toss it against the wall.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say that the androids look at the six of you and say... One of them says, it will be necessary for us to verify your identity as well as speak to the warden of the station. We would like you to come with us, please, if you would not mind.
Drabikowski just nods and falls in as though to follow.
Same.
Okay. Anyone else want to speak up about this? Go against it? Or are you all falling in and just going with the flow?
Is Warden Sykes all right?
Where are you taking us?
Warden Stikes. The android corrects you.
Sykes, is he okay?
Warden Stikes is in perfectly fair health.
What about the rest of the station?
I don't quite understand your query.
I mean, we haven't seen anyone here, that's all.
There was an impact to the station approximately 25 minutes ago, which has caused a plasma leak and quite a severe fire on the starboard side of the station. Many sectors of the station are exposed to space, as well as a plasma fire of great intensity and strong radiation. I would caution you from staying clear of the starboard side of the station if at all possible.
Quick question, Matt. Is that the side that we crashed on? That's the other side.
It's the crash. It's the side that you. It's this. It's
Starboard is right.
You crashed on the port side of the station. The fires and radiation that the androids are speaking about seem to be on the other side of the station. But it's also likely the fact that because you smashed directly into it, that there could have been plasma leaks and fire and all that kind of crazy shit.
Yeah. Things are out of place. Okay,
Very
no,
much so.
just making sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should we ask them about any of the things we need, or...?
That's up to you.
I would wait until we get to the warden. I don't think they will be able to help us.
And they may not have authority.
Fair enough. I keep an eye on them, but follow. Just
Okay.
hold on to my gun, perhaps.
Sure. Okay.
As
Yeah, go ahead.
as we kind of, I assume we're kind of following them at this point, or at least standing behind them. Do I see anything odd about the two synthetics as I look at them from behind? Anything
What do you
aside
mean
from
by
how
odd?
aside from how odd they look in the first place? Anything seem off or no?
I don't think off. I mean, besides the fact that they're Davis androids, they're working Joes, they have
Definitely odd.
that sort of strange red flash was kind of weird, but beyond that, that seemed to be just maybe the way that they were communicating.
What does it mean when your eyes flash red?
Well, it means you've had, a lot of drugs, usually.
Yes, Lark. What does it mean when your eyes flash red?
Does Lark know?
I think Lark would know that danger sensors or triggers of some kind are usually within all Android models to some degree. And it's possible that when, when an offensive substance or entity comes within, a specific android's person, that they would activate their own triggering defensive responses. And that would be sort of signified by this reddish eye color.
It is entirely possible that their detection of foreign objects in their range of protection, or perhaps range of observations, could be triggering some sort of defensive mechanism within androids themselves. Though it may have only flashed because we are not actually threats and we were merely being judged.
I don't think they have the right to judge us.
The two androids move to the north and then to the east, where you hear the sound of a door opening. And then the android says, it doesn't say, it says, oh dear, Adrian, what are you doing? And in walks through the door a cat. A big, sort of fat, black and white cat.
Oh my god.
Yay, kitty.
It's so fluffy.
The cat, because the lights are so low, the cat is sort of at the end of the corridor and walks past you all with something in its mouth, probably like a rat or a mouse or something like that. But then it sort of turns and looks at the six of you. Navarre says, I hate cats. And then the cat, when you're looking back at it in your flashes, the cat like had something in its mouth. It drops it on the deck, and it's much bigger than a rat.
I'll take a look at the thing the cat dropped.
So you walk over
As
to
I
the
reach
to the cat.
as I reach down to scratch the cat behind the ears.
Yeah, so you take a couple steps towards the tuxedo cat, and you see that the cat's sort of sitting there, its front paws, and it's sort of looking at you with its bright yellow eyes with this sort of weird, wet, fleshy thing in front of it. You move towards this thing, and as soon as you come within about 10 feet of it, this thing jolts and scurries away under the flooring somewhere.
Oh, poor Koshka. I do not think it was dead yet.
The cat just meows at you. Meow.
She scratches him behind the ears.
Did the synthetic eyes flash red when this thing was there?
It did. Yes. You probably caught the front of it. The cat jumps up onto your shoulder immediately. Drabikowski just jumps up and then just curls itself around your shoulders and just stays there like a stole, purring softly.
Friendly Koshka. And she pets the kitty's head.
Begins to purr. This is as real life as we're going to get for you, Sarah.
Right. Come here. Do you want to be a scarf?
There we go. Make it happen. There we
Be
go.
a scarf.
This is it.
She wants nothing.
Oh,
to do with
forget it. The cat's like, fuck
Not
you.
having it. Not having it.
it. Not having it at all.
Clip that.
Before we go to break, I just want to give you a little bit of art to show you what it is
Kitty?
that
Is it kitty?
it is.
That was going to be my next question. Yeah, what was the thing?
It doesn't show it very much, but I'll show you what you are able to see, and then we'll go to break. Here we go. Player handouts. Here we go. The cat. This is great art, folks. I think you'll like it.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
That's
dear.
So cool.
That's awesome.
Love it. Hi, kitty. You're so good.
That cat
You
is
have a
fucking strong
face.
being able to carry that.
space squid.
I was going to say, that is not a face tugger.
That is
No, it's something
not,
else.
That is not something that you have seen yet. So,
Mm.
with that, the androids look at you all and says,
Nope.
"Seems Adrian has come to like you. Please come with us. We must traverse through some rather hazardous areas in order to get to the chute. And then it turns towards the airlock and walks through. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Nice.
All right. So we'll take a good 5-minute break, and we'll come back. It's a little late for our break, but you know what? Lots of things needed to be done. It was our first act, and worthwhile. For those of you who are with us, thank you so much for joining us. We should be a little bit, and then we'll be back with more Heart of Darkness in just a little bit. Stay with us.
That was the whole first act?
Oh no, we've still got more to go.
When you just said that was our first act, I'm like,
this is the first act. This whole thing is the first act.
All right, there
so
we go.
We'll be back in about 5 minutes, give or take a few seconds. See you in a little bit. All right, folks, we're back. Thanks for staying with us. So, you guys have made your way to
Downtown.
making your way downtown. Yes, you've made your way to a door, which the androids move through. The cat seems to be perfectly happy to stay with you. Actually, Drabikowski.
Cool. I'll hang out with Kitty Cat.
Yeah. Ejiri, I've given you a story card. Please take a look at it. Roleplay that how you'd like. The androids move through the door, opening it for you as you go. So that enables you to see through to the other side. They turn towards you, Hedenström. Please follow us.
I look back wearily at my companions behind me and make my way through the door.
As you move through the door, Hedenström, in the front, you do notice that there are some very strange things that are sort of clumped along the sides of the walls here. At first glance, they look like wires. But then you see that these wires have almost like tendril-like branches that sort of string themselves along the walls. And they pulse. Almost like some kind of fluid or arterial material. Arterial material, I love it. Flows through it. And they sort of spread like veins along the walls.
I reach out and run my hands along one of them.
Okay. Please make a stamina roll.
Oh god.
Oh, dear.
Okay. Should have seen it coming. I'm sorry. One sec. Where's the stamina roll?
That's no successes. Do you want to push that?
No.
Okay. What occurs when Hedenström puts his hand on this sort of material that branches along through the wall is sort of very strange, actually. Your fingers, which are still encased in your suit, sort of run through it, and you feel like it. First of all, it reacts to your touch because you feel sort of like a throbbing that just sort of from your very touch. And then in all of your minds except Lark, you feel a sort of thrumming sensation yourselves. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is our first use of that particular thing that Michael Wayland spoke to heretofore, which is a form of neurological distortion that occurs in all 5 of you. This is going to be the thing that you folks in Twitch chat, if you have the opportunity to do so, spending your points and doing it, will be able to use your points to have happen to our for our wonderful players. But again, as I said, only 3 times per session. This is in addition to the ones that I do. So keep that in your minds, folks. So the way that NDDs work, neurological distortion, syndrome disorders, whatever you want to call it, is, if I can remember the rule correctly, there we go. So the way it works is that you will need to roll a d6, please, for me. That's all I need from you is just a single d6 roll.
From each of us.
From all of you except Lark. Okay.
Well, that's 2 4s.
4,
3.
4, 3, 5, and I'll roll for Navarre as well. Navarre got a 2. So 2, 5, 3, 4, 4. Yeah, you feel this sort of like strange thrumming going through your heads, and you shake it off because all of you felt it at the exact same time. Lark, of course, did not.
I immediately jerk my hand back. Did you feel that?
The hell was that?
I did not like it.
The androids almost seem like completely unused to this kind of reaction. They say, or like one of them says, apologies, are the 5 of you all right? Please follow us to Deck F.
No, hold on. What was that?
Please rephrase the query.
What? How do I fucking rephrase that? What was that? What the fuck was that?
What did he just touch? What is that?
This material was introduced to the station due to the introduction of the asteroid which was brought on board.
It came from the asteroid?
It seems that this particular material has embedded itself within the station itself and seems to be, unfortunately, able to reproduce itself at a molecular level. We have been unable to ascertain as to its purpose.
So you're just living with it? You just let it take over the station and you're just
The scientific staff, Masters, Clerk, and Webb have been assessing the viability of this material and its connection to the material found on board the asteroid.
This was not in our briefing.
Lark was meant to tell us more when we landed.
This is true. We must speak with this clerk immediately. But first, your warden. I understand you have rules?
Yes. Warden my goodness, I can't remember his fucking name. Warden Stykes. Warden Stykes is most likely going to be very interested in what you have to say as to the purpose of your being here on this station. Please follow us. And it moves through a hall, or they move, I should say, through a hallway to what seems to be another door.
Shall follow.
Freaking sense, man.
You see to
Where are they?
your north.
Over here?
You see to your north there's another airlock. This one obviously goes to the outside of the station. It's shut. Clear. You guys are all packed in there like sardines. It's great. The android activates one of the doors. As you guys note that you're following directly behind them, the Geiger counters, Ejiri and Drabikowski,
I don't have one.
Who's the other one
It's
who
just-
I
has
think it's
Just
Hedenström, I think.
Hedenström?
Yeah, I had one too. Yeah.
Sorry, Hedenström and Ejiri. The Geiger counters start to tick, 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 tick towards strong radiation.
There's. I don't know if we should go any further. You have humans living. There's some in this radiation.
Apologies. Are you trying to ascertain the location of the crew and/or the prisoners?
No, do you expect us to walk through this radiation? It does not harm you in the same way it harms us, but is there a route around it?
I agree. If you have any shielding of any kind, it would be useful. However, if you do not, then we will have to move swiftly through to the chute. The chute should be able to shield you from the greatest amount of radiation. It is not far from this space.
And to confirm, all Eco 2 suits do not protect us from radiation.
That is correct.
And there's no other way around. Is that my understanding?
To deck F.
Do we have to?
I mean, the androids do sort of say, if you wish, we could simply double back and go through junction G3. That would bring us to deck F as well. However, the climb is somewhat hazardous. The chute has 0 gravity, and so it is therefore easier to make the travel between the 2 decks.
How quickly will we make it? We need to be fast.
It looks at Drabikowski and says, one of your members seems to be somewhat somewhat encumbered. If it is at all possible, perhaps if she retained one of her items with me, I might be able to speed up her exit from this space into the chute.
Drabikowski looks at him for a second.
Does encumbrance happen at when you max out your encumbrance?
I actually just realized I am not encumbered after all because I had the suit. The suit was giving me weight in 2 different categories.
Fantastic. Okay.
Oh no! Yeah. I'm actually good. I'm right even. I'm at what I can have.
Fair enough. Then I will retract the last 20 seconds of conversation.
I just because I was looking at my inventory to see what I would hand over, and then I just realized that my suit had a 1 next to it in my inventory, and then it also had the 3 on it under armor. So it was adding an extra. I was adding an extra item.
No worries.
So I'm actually good.
Okay. Super duper. So then retract that.
Yes.
And it would say, no, we will be able to make it at a short jog. Please do not fall behind. And then it presses the door to the next room, which opens with a and you guys can see that clustered in the next room, which is sort of an octagonal shaped room, are hundreds and hundreds of these vine-like materials. And in the center of these sort of shall we call them veins, are sort of small organic fleshy nodes.
Making a point to avoid those like the plague.
The androids move swiftly to the northern door, which they open, and then run towards another sort of smaller hallway. I'd like all of you to make mobility rolls, please.
Try to keep up, Navarre.
Navarre starts to jog.
Before I do the mobility real quick, can Lark take out her PDAT and start just like sort of holding up the iPad and doing a video scan of the stuff with the camera on to understand what the hell we're looking at?
Sure.
To have it for later when we get further away.
I will take that. Yeah, you're doing the whole grabbing it and running. Sure.
Yeah.
God damn it! I panicked.
Okay. I'll go ahead and
Or more of the trust with the phone out, but
you did get 1 success though, Noor, so you're okay.
I'm banking a +1.
But
Good, I stuck it up.
You still have to make your panic roll. Yep. All right. So let's see what we got for our panic rolls here. You keep it together, Noor. You're fine. Bank your success rolls if you want to for stunts later, folks. So it looks like I just have to roll for our friend Navarre here. There he is. Mobility.
working, Joe's man? Pass me
Mobility
through
made
the
it
station.
with one success.
Oof.
So they run northward into a small antechamber, and they press the button, and you see now before you, as he presses the button, a probably 10-foot wide chute, with no ladder at all. And as you move towards it, the gravitational forces that are adhering you to the actual deck begin to sort of weaken a bit. And the two androids just jump straight down into the chute.
I'll jump right after him. Fuck it. She wants to get I want to get the hell away from those fine things.
Okay.
Same.
Ejiri, what are you doing? Oh, you're doing the same. Okay.
Yeah,
Totally
Yeah,
fair.
me too.
I had to just reload roll 20 real quick.
No worries, no worries. You guys are all
Yeah.
clustered in there like a mofo. I love it. The cat sort of meows as you jump. It's just like, "Ah," and you just jump straight down in. Okay. I'm going to make
He's
another
okay, little Kosh guy.
roll here. Let's roll here and see what happens. Actually, I'll just choose. This is easier. I don't need to roll. Because I can choose because I'm the GM. All right, cool. This is gross. But sure, why not? It makes sense. The vines that spread out from the assembly hall spread through the floors of the room in which you were running and have seemingly overtaken a good portion of the chute here. So there are vines of this material that are covering the walls in this zone. First of all, just seeing that increases your stress by 1 for every single person except for a friendly neighborhood androids. So just seeing that the entirety of the inside of the chute is covered with this fleshy material, enough to drive your stress up a bit. Okay. However, that said, you are able to traverse the perhaps 50 or 60 meters between the different decks, floating in a 0G environment to the next deck over. Or next deck down, I should say.
Down or up?
You're going to F. Let me double check. Up. You're going up.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So yeah, just jumps up. Right. Fair. All right, so let me grab you all and bring you to F. Whoop. Okay, so you're gone from G, and now you're at F. Zoom, zoom, zoom. The corrections module. And now I've shift pinged you. Okay. So as you reach the floor of the chute, the door of the airlock opens, and you're able to see in both directions, actually. If you don't mind, I'm just going to move you out the way here. Lark, I'm going to move you out the way so you can see that the chute opens in both directions. Oh, that's gross. That's weird. The hell happened here, Mr. Guy here with the fucking... Okay, that's better. I stretched out my android too far. Stupid dude. All right. Yeah, in fact, just move you over here. Just gonna move you guys off to the side so I can see where the fuck you guys are. It's just too little space.
I'm in space.
You're in space. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah. So let me just move you guys so I can open the doors.
I'm stuck too. I can't.
I got you. Don't worry, folks. I'll move you guys
He'll
back.
put you back after he sticks you in a wall.
What I do want to make you guys aware of is the fact that to the north of you, as you emerge from this level of the station, that there is a little section called, it says emergency station. And in that emergency station, you are able to see that there are 4 Eco-2 EVA suits, and directly next to them, 2 harpoon guns and 2 spools of 100-meter line.
Nice.
Just an FYI in case something potentially happens. So we've got our androids here. The androids continue on through the causeway.
Following.
Following as well. I still can't move my token though. It's weird.
Hedenström, try not to touch anything this time.
I'll move you down there, Hedenström. There, how about that? Now can you move?
Perfect. Thank you.
There you go. Sometimes they get caught in the dynamic lighting and all that jazz.
Yeah, I'm also stuck in the wall a little bit.
You're stuck in the wall. There you go. I will free you from the wall.
Question.
Answer.
Stretchy tokens.
I've been muted for far too long. Are the working Joes armed?
They are actually. Good point. I didn't mention that. So yes, these working Joes, if you want to call them such, these corrections androids are in fact armed. They have stun batons.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Cool. Righty. Okay, so you guys move south through the causeway. The two androids moving in front of you. As you traverse, you again see there is a little bit of a spike in the radiation. So, unfortunately, you're going to take one more
Oh,
rad.
great. I'm stuck in the door.
That's fine, I got you.
Still
Trying
stuck.
to click my token just clicks the door. Okay, there we go.
No worries. So you're going to take one more rad as you guys walk through the causeway here. There is a beautiful view of the Ablasin black hole. But you do see that the radiation seems to be leaking through the walls here because you are still taking a single rad of radiation.
This is a lovely view, but could we hurry it up, please?
Yes, the androids move through the area. The cat on your neck, Drabikowski, it looks back and it goes...
I will turn back to see what it's hissing at.
There's nothing there. Just a Ejiri at the end of the corridor.
I'm trying to get out of the wall.
I got you. I got you, Ejiri. You're out of the wall now.
Well, splinters.
Here's and I say, "What, little Koshka? It's only a Ejiri. He is nice."
And Lark.
Are you also stuck? Oh, sorry. I thought you meant you were stuck too. So Navarre is sort of sticking back a little bit. He's just staring out at the black hole. He's just sort of looking at it. He sort of puts his hand on the transparent glass for a second.
Navarre, unless you want to end up with radiation poisoning, you better hurry up.
Yes, of course. And as you start walking through the causeway, you note that there are some gravity fluctuations from the black hole, clearly buffeting this passageway. You just hear it sort of swaying and creaking ever so slightly. And as you move down the corridor, the light ahead begins to sort of flicker.
How much further?
The androids turn back towards you and say, "Not that far. We simply have a little further to go."
Ejiri puts his helmet on.
Oh, he has had his helmet off the whole time?
No, they're all okay. Yeah, they're all on. Okay, I thought for some reason we took them all off.
You didn't take them off, but you have been using air for a little bit of time. I'm going to say it's probably been more than 10 minutes, so I would like you guys all to make an air roll for now, please.
Cool.
Wait, do I use air?
You do not. You do not breathe.
Worst comes to worst, I can just hold on to this suit and let
Burger,
somebody
you're
else
having
use
the
it.
worst luck with that air tank.
Sure am.
Uh-oh. So Tetsu
down to
loses one
4.
air. Why did you roll twice? Oh, sorry. So Tetsu loses one air. Noor, you lose 2 air.
Oh, shit.
Well, shit.
And Burger, you lose 1 air.
But I had a success.
Matter.
Doesn't mean anything on supply rolls.
Yeah.
No. Hey, it's okay.
So that drops your. It should hopefully drop your air level down to when you lose those. When you lose.
It did not.
Okay, so please
I'm just gonna
demarcate
do
that,
it.
folks. For those of you who failed, unfortunately, you're going to need to move your air down manually.
Mm-hmm.
Navarre sort of looks out, and he's sort of like looking at the ground of the looking at the ground of the, or I shouldn't say the ground, the floor of the bay. And then he looks up at you and he says, "I don't know why, but and
Jesus
there
Christ.
is a
Get the fuck out of
humongous
it.
slam. Something has hit the top of the causeway in front of you. A thick shadow squeaks across the transparent wall, and then there's nothing. Everyone gets one stress, please.
Jesus Christ. In real life.
Yeah, really.
On the outside or the inside?
On the inside of the causeway.
Oh, shit.
The fuck was that?
The cat begins to hiss.
Yes, little Poshka, I agreed. Looks to the working Joes. What was that?
The androids do not respond. We must proceed.
Resolution.
Hey, you know,
Very well.
if you're bringing us to see the warden, why don't you have comms at all?
They do not respond. They simply move
Fuck.
on and push the door
Fucking course.
to open. When they move to the central part of the station, you do see that you are now in a section that does have a couple of materials, as well as a comms array. There's a comms array. There is as well, just like at the back end of the corridor, another emergency station. This as well having suits and those grappling hook guns.
Can we take the air from the suits?
It would take some time, but yes, you could.
Your comms array, is it working?
Yes, I believe that it is.
Would you mind if I contacted Whale and Yutani to let them know what has happened to our ship?
Unfortunately, long-distance comms are ineffective at this point due to the fact that Mother has been dismantled.
No.
Dismantled?
Unoperational.
I don't feel good about this anymore, guys. I don't think we're going the right way.
I do not trust them either. She says that very, very quietly.
Okay, I'll accept that. The androids continue on, this time making a distinct western move through the station, which is essentially to the port side and not the east side, which is the starboard side of the station.
Can we use the comms array to contact the suit arena?
Yes, you can. It's short distance.
Does it have power? I thought it was powered down.
No, long distance comms are in operation.
The ship.
Oh, the ship still has
Didn't
minor
we power
power.
on
I
the
mean,
ship.
Oh, okay.
it still has. It had power to life support and communications, but it obviously doesn't have propulsion.
Where? Okay.
Then yes, I think we should send a message to the ship.
Sorry, real quick. Where exactly did those two synths go?
They went down and to the left.
Did they go through a door?
They did.
I want to shut that. I want to shut that door behind them
Okay.
and lock them in there, or
Oh.
try to at least.
Okay. Hedenström moves towards the door and shuts it.
Gonna go with him.
Okay. You shut the door. And if you attempt to lock it, it's going to take a comm-tech roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and try to lock it.
Okie dokie. Make a comm-tech roll, please, for me.
Yeah, I'm trying. There we go.
Okay, so I see a couple panics
Okay.
there. Make your
Yeah.
panic roll, but a couple of successes still.
Make my panic roll by clicking. That's right. Okay.
Okay, so you get a nervous twitch as you move towards the Comtech roll. Your fingers fly across it because you see them turning back in your direction. Like, excuse me, sir, what are you? And the door shuts on them, and then you immediately start to try to jimmy the lock, either through a computer roll or through just like pulling wires out. And your hands begin to just nervously shake. Everybody gets a +1 because everybody's in short distance from Hedenström.
How we doing on this, guys?
But the door is now locked.
Drabikowski is going to move. Kovsky, now I'm doing it down. Drabikowski is going to move to the communications array and try to contact the ship.
Okay. It is an intercom, so you're able to contact anything within short distance. Or anyone within
Hello,
short
this
distance.
is Colonel Dr. Drabikowski. We have made it aboard the station, but the situation is far more complicated than we were made aware of in our briefing.
The sound of Gray's voice comes back to you, and he says, yes, I understand. I am more than happy to attempt to relieve you if at all possible. I have made some serious advances on Captain Lugar's health. She seems to be conscious now and is able to mobilize herself as well as and you just hear like the sound of movement, and Lugar gets on the intercom. She's like, I'm fine. What the hell's going on?
Captain, it is very good to hear your voice. We are aboard the ship. We encountered 2 corrections androids who at first seemed to be leading us to speak with the warden, but something they said about the station's mother unit being dismantled has led us to, shall we say, lose trust.
As you say this, you hear from the other side of the door.
I believe we must move from this position, but we will contact you again soon when we find another comms array. And she's going to open this door here.
When you say this door, could you ping it for me?
I'm trying to. I think I just opened it.
Oh,
The one
you
that was
did?
directly opposite.
On the starboard side of the station. Okay.
Yeah.
When you do that, the air around you sort of shimmers. You see that the air has now sort of begun to take on sort of an orangey hue as there are vines clustered everywhere along the wall. Not only that, but there are sort of strange spore-like objects in the air floating there.
Boy, she shuts it again immediately. Fucking hate this.
We all see through the door.
I mean, when it was open, sure. The banging comes again.
So our
Would
choices
this-
are to slightly.
The chute that we exited, would it take us up another level if we needed to, or do we need to get to a different chute to go up another
Yes,
level?
no, that chute seems to go all the way through the whole station.
I think it would be in our best interest to get as high up as possible. Find the science team here and find out what the hell is going on.
I think what were their names? Clark and Webb.
Yes, Clark was supposed to brief us, if he is even still alive. It
Would
seems
Lark
that
as
Something very strange is happening here, but I do not trust those androids. And if the station's mother has been disassembled, it needs to be reassembled as quickly as possible.
This may not be my level of expertise, but couldn't you use the comms array to contact the scientists?
If we knew where they were.
Could we try Deck D, perhaps, where reception
Is
and
there-
sciences are labeled?
We can certainly try.
Matt, in Lark's sort of pretty standardized way you databases in her brain, would there be any sort of typical procedural placement of some of these things, or is this station so special that it would not be easy to formulate some of those likely places?
Make a wits roll.
Thank you.
One success, Lark. I think that based on your understanding of way you scientific research stations of the like, that this is not equivalent to anything that you've seen before for certain. There's something very unique about this particular station in that it is, number one, for scientific research, it seems. Number two, has a purpose greater than just being a prison or prisoner facility, but it also is a combined plasma trawling facility as well. So I think based on that Mother, if you are intending to look for that particular area of the station, would somehow be sort of centrally located amidst all of the different floors or levels of the station.
And we are now going above Central?
So I could refer you to the actual handout of the station, right? The Erebos map, which I'll just bring back online. Let me see if I can get it for you. I'll show it to the players. Boop and boop. There we go.
So where are we on that map right now?
So right now you're on deck F, the corrections
Still on
modules.
F. Okay.
Right. So
And we're in this sort of central tower between the two?
Yes.
Probably, yes.
That is correct. Mother, most likely based on your single success, would probably be, let me just double check. Mother is, your estimation is that Mother is on deck. Talk amongst yourselves while I find it. Pretty sure it's on deck C, but let me double check. Where is it?
Another option we have, I wanted to give us a few minutes to talk without those listening ears. We could let them out, but hold them at gunpoint and try to get information out of them, because something's not right here and I don't trust them.
Never fought an android?
No, should I be worried?
Mother would be on deck C. I thought I was correct, yes.
Okay.
That's what you assume.
I think Lark is going to heft the bolt gun and say, while normal procedures would suggest that we follow these units as instructed, it seems suspicious that they are moving in a different direction. And more importantly, the direction of Mother seems to be further north. However, the situation on this station seems to be more than just an exceptional and unusual station. This is possibly a time to very delicately stay, as you might say, on the mission. If it means breaking protocol by listening to superiors for this location, I think we should turn around and return to this rising chamber.
Our dealings here would have nothing to do with the warden. I say we go up.
Perhaps the warden can be addressed after we find supplies to make sure that we can, in fact, depart from this station.
And that would determine exactly what the hell is going on here. We were sent to research this life form, and it seems that it is more complicated than we were apprised of. But it does not change the fact that that is our mission. The warden is a secondary concern.
Agreed.
What about these two? Just gonna like knock on the door a little bit.
You
They
don't
can stay
hear
there.
them knocking on the door anymore.
No, I'm just gonna knock on the door where they were. Just like
That's worse.
Tap, tap, tap. No response.
That door is locked. We can lock the one at the end of the hallway as well, and hopefully that will at least slow them down. But they did not seem the kind to give up easily.
all right. I'll take point. Let's go.
Okay.
Wait. No. Need to give you.
You guys are still in your suits, right? You guys are still in your suits.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Yep.
Okay. We head north then? We head
Yes.
up?
Yes.
question.
Okay. I'm gonna just go ahead and bypass the to-dos to say that all of you guys can get into a certain area, go up to the chute, and then open the door and go up to what you assume to be deck E, Or
I
all the
will
way
also
all the way up? You tell me.
lock this door there that I'm just opening and closing.
Yep.
I will lock that behind us once we pass through to the chute.
Cool. So go ahead and make me a Comtech roll to see if that's successful.
Alrighty, Comtech. It's +1 from my computer tools.
That's correct. Yep.
That is
Damn.
5 successes and a panic.
Go ahead and roll
Let
your
me
panic.
put that
Shit.
for you.
That's a lot of fucking successes.
There are some successes
Damn right
for
it is.
banking there. Oh,
Oh, fuck
damn!
you.
So number one, unfortunately, because you got a 10, that means that number one does not
Doesn't work,
function.
yeah,
It doesn't function, and you freeze.
for 6 seconds.
So, like, maybe you're just like, tell me, I'm trying to figure this out, but I think that maybe, just maybe, as you're like trying to plug in, like trying to pull the wires or something like that, you hear, and
Yes,
the cat just like,
Yes, I think the Kushka tenses up on my shoulders.
the cat begins
And-
to mewl and hiss, and those of you within range, which I'm going to say is probably everybody except for Lark and Hedenström. Well, Lark doesn't get any stress anyway, but Lark and Hedenström, you're too far up north by the time Drabikowski tries to lock the door. So Sajaad, Noor, and Ejiri.
Question on that.
Yep,
I did say I would take point, meaning I would probably be in front.
fine.
I
no
just
worries.
didn't move myself.
No. Yeah, go ahead. As you said it, it's now reality. So Sajaad, you move up. Noor and Drabikowski. I'd say Ejiri. I'd say I'll spare you. I'm nice. Novar's stress goes up. Drabikowski's goes up as well.
That panic roll actually did it for me. So keep an eye on that. When you get a panic roll that increases your stress, it's going to do it for you. Don't double stress yourself.
Thank you. Yes, good point. Don't
Because I
double
was at a
stress.
5 and now I'm at a 6. So it did it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. That's cool. I like how it does it without you having to do it.
That's nice. Yeah.
Very cool. All right. So Navarre's like, what was that? What was that?
As I come out of my freeze, I say, I don't know, but fuck this door. And I just go and jump into the damn chute.
Okay. Running down the
Wherever I
hallway.
am. I'm
Navarre's
all the way
like,
down
wait
here
for
still.
me. And then you jump, all of you up the chute. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and bypass the hazards of the chute between F and E. E is a level in and of itself. Do you guys wish to go all the way up from F to E or further up?
I would say if
Further up.
we think the mother unit is on C, that is where I would like to go. I would like to see exactly what has happened to the brain of this ship,
Yeah, we need to.
this station.
Okay. So you guys are going to go traverse from F all the way to C. Got it.
Question. Rolling suits. Is there any way to like put something inside the suit without opening it?
Like, does it have pockets?
Well, yeah, like is there like a slot that you can like kind of grab something from outside?
It has a
put
belt,
inside the
probably.
belt?
I would say it has like some like a tool belt kind of thing that you could latch things onto it.
Non-belts.
But yeah, I don't think it would have like maybe smaller pockets, but not like large, like voluminous pockets.
Like you're not sticking a rifle in your pocket. But
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
But if you picked up a candy bar, you could probably stick that in a pocket.
Candy
No, it's nothing like that. I have something for each of you that I probably should have given you earlier. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll when we get to another
No problem.
location, I'll deal with that.
All right, so you guys traverse all the way up the chute, probably 100 to 200 meters, through a variety of what you can probably assume to be hazardous conditions. You see that there's like wires hanging out of one part of the chute, that there's like a weakened area of the wall, which is probably leaking a whole bunch of gas, of pressurized gas into space. But you pass through them all and move up to deck C, which I'm going to now shift ping you so you guys all see where you are. Okay. So here you are at deck C. I'm going to see if I can open the doors, if I can find them amidst all of you guys. Yep. There are quite a few doors actually here. If you're able to move out, I'll move you out of the chute. Hopefully you guys aren't stuck in the walls anymore. Okay.
I can move. I can't see much, but I can move.
Yep. There are doors here, so if you zoom in, there's a couple of doors. There's doors to the north, there's doors to the east, northeast, etc.
Oh, now the door icons are tiny.
They're super
now,
small.
that's
I don't
why.
know why. I think that's just the way that they were created, but such is life.
Gotcha.
There's a med lab.
Well, I will open the door that is to the north of me, since I'm right there.
I'm going to go ahead and say
And
that
I see nothing.
you probably don't see a whole lot. The door to the north of you actually is the door to Mother. You know this because you see hundreds and hundreds of tiny blinking lights, all clustered around an octagonal space. But the lights illuminate that the mainframe itself is dark, and the room is full of smoke.
Oh, this is not good.
And the lights are only sporadically blinking.
I am going to open the second door to see how bad it is.
Okay. When you open the second door, you see that all of the lights in the server room are in fact out. And the Mother Access terminal sits on like a balcony over a pit of what you can assume to be coolant. There is, in the seat, a charred black body melted to the chair. A grotesque, misshapen deformity of what you could only assume to be a human. All PCs present seeing this, which is all of you, please take one stress.
Take a point of stress? Yeah, I had a feeling you were about to say that.
I need to find a place to rest because I am stressed out.
You
Yeah,
are.
me too.
Everybody's just like, yeah, this is no joke. 6 stress, 7 stress, 5 stress. Y'all are fucking wackadoodle, man. Navarre
Now,
is...
remind me
You don't even
of
know.
the signature item rules in cinematic
Cinematics.
mode. Is it once?
In
Is it
cinematic
once per
scenarios,
act?
it is once per
Yeah.
act. You can use your signature item to reduce your stress.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Thoroughly stressed out. I can't move. I'm trying to move through this door, but I can't. I think because it's so tiny.
I will bring you there.
But I want to. Thank you. I want to move into the space, and try
Who's
to
got the
remove
worst?
the body from the seat.
What were you saying, Patrick?
Who's got the worst stress right now?
I'm at 7.
I'm at 7 as well.
Lark. I mean, this is something Lark is specifically trained for. So I think finding a moment, although Drabikowski. Wow, I'm me today.
Drabikowski.
Jimyevsky is close. Jimyevsky's searching. I think I'm going to try and sit down with Birger for a second, and Lark is going to pull out. So, as a counselor, Lark is very sort of Baymaxy trained, and Lark pulls out this little sort of rag doll and goes,
Oh, God.
"Mr. Birger, please come over here." And Lark is going to hand the rag doll to Birger while she sort of counsels and calms him down, being like, "We're in a group. We are all together. We have our wits about ourselves, and we are going to work perfectly fine to figure out what is going on. Problems with this station are merely an inconvenience, and they are not going to prevent us from our continued duties." And I'm going to use the counselor talent,
Excellent.
if possible.
Yes, absolutely. You can use the counselor talent.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind, go ahead and click on it, and
And
it'll
skill.
showcase. Yeah, you can just click on it, and it'll showcase in chat.
Not doing the button thing now.
Yeah, top right hand corner.
I see where it is in the top corner. It's the blue button that says counselor doesn't seem to be activating the
Oh,
actual
that's
roll.
weird. I'll try it again. Here, I'll do it for you.
I'll roll it manually.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I got you.
No, yeah, it's not. I just tried to click my talent to make it do it, and it didn't do it either.
Oh,
It must be part of the new rollout.
I guess so.
Mhm.
Buttons,
That's
bugs.
lame. There should have been a button. Damn it! Roll 20.
That's right.
Make a button.
No, they built it in with the old stuff.
I remember.
for
Yeah.
Kohlrabi.
All right. So yeah, once per turn, use the command
It's fine.
skill to reduce the stress level of another character within short range. Please make a command roll. That's one success.
Nice.
That's
So
one
you
stress.
reduce it by 1 stress.
It's probably a very ratty, beaten up, tiny little ragdoll, and does not help you get more stress free.
Oh, it's actually, sorry, it's reduced by 1 extra step in addition to the default 1 step. So it's actually two levels.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Man, that's a good skill.
It's great. Counselor's fantastic. I think you had it in the last game.
I did indeed. It was very useful.
Very useful. All right, cool. So, yeah, I think Hedenström, like, you see Lark giving you this strange sort of doll.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what it reminds you of, but it's up to you and how you want to play that one.
It's
Thank you,
lazy
Lark.
bunny.
It means a lot to me. Thank you.
Ejiri, Sajaad, Drabikowski. What would you like to do whilst here?
I'm gonna take a moment, take out my book, and just start like paging through it, like try to find something that like just start mumbling to myself as I read a passage, and then take a breath and use my signature item and lower my stress by 1.
Excellent. Go for that.
Yeah, as Drabikowski is looking at this black mother terminal, she's going to sort of reach into like a pocket on the sleeve of her suit and pull out a folded and tattered photograph that she sort of it's been folded. It's clearly been with her for a very long time. It's quite old. And it shows a picture of 2 little girls who look pretty similar to each other in matching dresses, standing with what are presumably their parents, and then one older woman who might be a grandmother. It's very clearly a posed photo. The man, her father, has got a medal around his neck. This is clearly like some sort of award ceremony. And she sort of takes a moment and like her finger slowly touches each person in the photo. And she folds it up and puts it back in the pocket, and I reduce my stress by 1.
Nice. Anyone else?
Ejiri will take out a small cat charm. Just hold it, thinking about his wife and his family. Are we in a relatively safe space?
I would say that's the reason why you guys are able to use your
Yes.
signature items, so yeah.
And he says, Drabikowski, you know, you're very smart and very driven. You remind me of my daughter. And just, you will do well while we are here and when eventually we part. And I am going to invoke my calming presence. So, take down 2 stress.
Nice, thank
Super
you.
Super duper. Lark, I didn't note that you had opened the doors to the northeast. Is that correct? Because I see that you are able to look in there. Is that correct?
Yeah, I had started doing that, thinking I was going to be helpful, and then realized that it was more important to do stress. I can
It's fine.
negate that if that's
No. You opened the doors. That's totally fine. I'm just gonna tell you what you see. Is that all right? In the middle of this room, you see, sort of a little bit something shocking. You see that the rooms are pulsing with tendrils.
like it.
There are 6 cryosleep tubes in this room. 3 of them are absolutely overgrown with these tendrils. They're inside, they're outside, they're through the actual machinery itself. And like before, these tendrils are just pulsing and almost breathing. Three, however, have not been touched.
Is there anybody in the three that have not been touched?
There is no one in any of them.
Is there anything I can observe that might have explained why they're not touching some of them?
It seems like proximity to the wall. On the wall is where, which is the outside of the, probably the outside of the actual ship. There is something that is embedded in the wall from the outside. Some kind of a piece of rock. But it seems that from this rock, several of these nodes and fleshy tendrils have sprouted. But it's come all the way from the outside of the actual station and embedded itself through the outer hull into this space.
Not venting air.
No.
Lark is going to pull the PDAT back out and take another round of photos and video. Just keep a record of what the hell we're dealing with here.
Okay. Fair enough.
Of trouble that we are engaging in. And then put away and sort of turn back to the others and see what's in the other rooms, closing the doors behind her.
Okay. Sajaad, it looks like you've also opened some of the doors to the northwest to look through.
It was actually open, but just
totally fair.
No, it was me.
Oh, so Lark was just opening doors left and right.
Lark was opening doors willy-nilly.
No worries.
Open him on a lark.
Not human. My curiosity has no common sense.
That's fair. That's fair. It's a fair cop. Sajaad, I'm going to call you by your actual pronunciation of your name. Sajaad, you look toward the northwest into a room which is seemingly full of medical supplies.
Gonna look a little closer. See if there's anything else.
You'd have to go in the room.
I just like looking from the doorway.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Yeah.
Trying
You
to
look from the
peek my
doorway.
head in, look around.
Yeah, you see that there's it says medical supplies from your vantage point. That's what it says.
Gonna look back. Hey, Doc. We can use anything in here? You're all doctors.
Doctor.
The medical one.
And you're just like looking around.
It's like, which one?
Doctor? Yes. It's like,
I'm a professor, not a doctor.
damn it, Jim.
Yeah.
You probably
I
mean me,
am
Sergeant.
not that kind of doctor.
You probably mean me, Sergeant. Then.
Navarre does, in fact, sort of step up and look in, quite harried. Just like, what?
Jerry, you think we can use anything in here?
Is there an auto dock in here, or just
There is no auto dock in this room. But you
going
do
to step
see,
in, then?
yeah, from your position, you'd have to go in.
Yeah,
Can you fit
Okay.
through the door?
I cannot.
Try, damn it. All right, I'll do it.
Let's say I think I can actually fit through the door.
If you can fit through the door, then he can fit through the door.
You have to find the perfect sweet spot on the door icon.
You just have to sort of drag it through. I've also
Is there
yeah.
question? Is there any way to make our icons smaller?
I can, if you want me to make them smaller, I can make them smaller. Just-
I'm kind of okay with them being big, so we can see them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's the
that's
reason
fair.
why I did it, and also so that you can make sure that you don't touch anything that you ought not to. But it's fair. If you guys need to go into a room, just ping it, and I'll bring you there. So, Ejiri, I'll bring you into the room. When you go into this room, you do see that there are cabinets of medical supplies. There's one cabinet that says Chill X,
Ooh.
and one cabinet that says Neurotic.
Do I know what any of those mean?
Make a wits roll. Because you're a doctor, I'll give you a +2 bonus.
Okay.
Actually, you are a doctor, right? You're not just some company stooge, right? You are a doctor.
I'm legitimately a doctor,
Fair enough.
and I wanted my daughter to be one too.
Can we
Damn it, she became an actor. All right. Holy shit, that's so much stress, and you didn't panic. Amazing. With 2 successes, Ejiri, yes, you do in fact know what both of these items are. So Chill Axe, actually, from a mechanical perspective, is going to reduce the bonus, which is accumulated over time, to NDDs. You see, every time that I ask you all to make NDD rolls, which is a D6 roll, there will be a +1 to it. Every single time. So over time, it will become whatever you roll +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, etc. Chill X reduces it by 1 for every dose that you take. Inside this container, or this cabinet, you see 5 doses of Chill X. In the other cabinet, the cabinet of Neurotic actually removes an entire effect of NDDs from a PC. You haven't actually been given that as of yet, so you don't know how bad they could possibly be.
Yes, there are some very useful things here. I will gather the Chillax and Neurotic.
It's not Chillax, JF Messin, it's Chillax.
Chillax. Okay.
I heard chillax. too.
Chillax. Yo, dude, I got a Chillax.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Matt. It's chillax now.
Oh,
You
you're
can't-
gonna call it. You call it whatever you
it's gonna be
fucking want to
chillax.
call it. It's fine, Mike. Get some Chillax. Yo, I got 5 doses of Chillax, yo.
Chillax body spray.
Chillax.
I'm sure that was about DMS.
Oh,
Yeah, that pun
can't.
was- now
I
it's
can't
worse.
even.
That's good.
All right. Yes, Chill X. Yes, it's definitely made by our friend who happened to take over Twitter recently. Yes, yeah. And Neurotic is the other one.
Not neurotic.
Neurotic.
Capitalization is important.
No.
Exactly.
It would make
It'll be-
sense that he
How
would
many-
make Wayland Yutani.
You know, they think of the weirdest things that people just love. Love that Joker.
How many doses of Neurotic are there?
2.
2. Okay. And we're calling these 0 weight?
Yes, absolutely. Now, back to you folks over in Mother, Hedenström and Drabikowski.
Yes.
I'd
Now
like.
that I
Yeah, go ahead.
also done, I was gonna say now that I have been sufficiently calmed, I would like to plug in my PDAT and my computer tools to the mother unit to see if I can get stuff running again.
Okay. First thing I want you to do, Drabikowski and Hedenström, is make an observation roll, please. Just the two of you. Just the two. The rest of them are looking around and checking out other the rooms and shit like that. Just the two of you are in this room with this bloated.
0 and a fucking panic.
Ooh. So no go for you, Drabikowski.
I keep it together though. I'm
Superb. Hedenström, let's see if you can pull this one out.
All right. Comtech roll.
No, just an observation.
Oh, an observation. Okay, sorry. 1 sec. Is there an easier way to get to my player sheet?
Shift double click on your token and it brings it up.
Okay, here I'll roll this.
And if you
observation.
then, once your character sheet is open,
Yeah.
if you click the little 2 squares in the one corner, it'll turn into a separate window that will you can then just
Amazing.
minimize and leave.
It's so useful.
Super useful.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll make
Awesome.
we'll make you a roll 20 convert yet.
Yeah. All right, observation. All right. Did
Yes,
that do it?
please. Yes.
That just
You have
there we
to-
go. Submit.
Yeah.
Got it.
No,
Okay.
Okay.
Nice. Just don't panic
3
too hard.
successes and a panic. So let's see if he hits 10 or above. Go ahead and make your panic roll, please, by hitting that stress
Panic.
dice. Next. Okay, so you get a nervous twitch.
God damn it.
So
stressing me
stress
out
goes
again
back
already.
up again. So yeah, you're looking around. You're like, oh, there's something wrong. But you do get 3 successes, so you can bank 2 of them for certain.
No, you
Do-
can't. Observation is only stunts.
Oh, balls.
Okay.
So what stunts for observation? Are there more of them? Right? That
Are
kind of
there
shit?
more of them nearby? How do I get in, past, away? And I think the other one is unexpected info. Let me pull it up real
Oh,
quick.
yeah. Thank you for that, sir.
Sorry. Is it coming for me? Are there more of them close by? How do I get in, past, away? Those are your
Unfortunately,
stunts.
unfortunately, I can't really apply that to this particular area. But because you got 3 successes, I'd say you find it pretty goddamn fast. So,
Okay.
Hedenström, as Drabikowski is looking around and trying to find where to put her key card in to get Mother working again, you see something underneath this charred body. That there is some kind of a compartment underneath it.
Drabikowski, I just said it in your accent. Drabikowski, it's I think it's underneath this. this body here?
What is underneath it?
That's what I see, right? The place where the card might go.
No, you
Yeah.
don't see any place where a card. You see a sort of a sort of a black compartment that's underneath the body.
Mm.
This charred body and the seat that it's literally melted to.
It's melted too. Can I try to push the body off the seat, or is it stuck to
You're
it?
gonna have to get real close to this thing, maybe.
That's fine.
Okay, so you
Do you want to,
you sidle up real close to the body. You got to get in there.
Drabikowski? Do you want to help me? I think I see something here.
I don't know. If you can move the body, I will grab it, but I don't think I'm much help with pushing.
I try to move the body.
Okay, so you move up close
Mm-hmm.
to this charred corpse, and as you sort of sidle up alongside it, you jostle it, and one of the body parts just falls off and like just splays out and just explodes on the floor. All of this viscera just pools out from under it. You get, and only you, Mr. Hedenström, gets a +1 stress for just that observation. But
I hold. Yeah.
But the good news is that as you sort of scream and freak out a little bit, you do see that there is a black sort of rectangular object that you have now unearthed underneath this body.
I hold back my vomit from seeing this viscera all over the ground, compose myself for a moment, and I tug on the black box to try to pull it out towards the center of the room.
About the size of a shoebox. Pull it out.
Maintaining a safe distance, I am looking on with curiosity.
Okay. Hedenström, what do you want to do with it?
I look at it all around. Does it have like a way to open it discernibly?
So yes, it does.
Hearing your manly screams, I'm going to come investigate.
It actually
Wait,
has like an interface in the back. Mike, you've done this before. You've made your own PC, right?
Yes.
You know when you like install like a hard drive that there's like a COM port in the back that you have to connect to it. It's basically like that. It looks like a hard drive.
Can you do anything with this? I turn it around and show you the back side of it, Drabikowski.
Yes, I might be able to do something with that. And I will pull out my computer tools and attempt to access this box.
Cool. This is going to be a formidable roll just because the drive itself needs to be inserted into Mother, and then Mother needs to be turned on in order to access the data on it. So your computer tools, if you're going to use them, I'm going to give you credence to do so, but it's going to be with a -3 on the roll.
Even though it's a +2 for my computer tools?
That is correct.
So you're giving me a total of -5.
No, +2 -3 is a -1.
Okay, that's why I said so. Okay. So it's a -1. That's what I was
That's
getting at.
correct.
We just said it differently. All right. I will do that.
The hell's happening in here?
Oh.
I'm not sure yet.
Sajaad, you walked into the room?
Yeah, I did.
One success
They
and one panic.
yelled, so
No worries. Roll your panic, please, Drabikowski.
Rolling. Come on, dice.
Okay. You also...
Just twitching, still do it.
Yep, it works. You do unfortunately raise everybody's stress though. Sajaad, you walk in. Drabikowski's like nervously trying to like figure out how to insert her comm tools into the back of this drive to pull up some kind of information. And what you get, Drabikowski, is something that is very interesting. You get something that comes up on your computer screen. I would say Sajaad and Hedenström see it. And it says, Project Ironfish. Login, :
Is there any way to hack around this need for a login?
No. Unless you know the login.
Did you try password?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I am going to... what was the head researcher's name again?
There were 2 researchers, Webb and Clerk.
I'm gonna type in clerk.
Okay. You hit return. Access denied.
I will enter web.
Access denied.
Shits and giggles, Drabikowski.
Access denied.
Real shits.
What was the warden's name?
Steiker?
Yes. No, Douglas Stikes.
Stikes. Thank you.
Stikes. All right, we'll try Stikes.
Steiker. Sorry.
Stikes.
Access denied. 1 password attempt remaining.
We're going to have to find this somewhere else. We'll take the box.
Okay. Take the
should
box.
not
You
leave it yet.
undo it from the back. Sajaad, you've just entered and watched Drabikowski sort of enter passwords into some kind of hard drive or something like that. Ejiri, I don't know what you've been doing. I think you've been in the
Yeah, I was.
just gathering materials and stuff like that.
Finding pills.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lark,
pills.
I know that you've probably sort of been checking out the cryo bays and stuff like that. Navarre,
Max, or sorry, is that box a
Yeah.
weighted item or is it a tiny item?
I'm gonna say that it's 1/4.
All right.
It's hefty.
Then I am ever so slightly encumbered, but I have it.
Eek. All right, fair enough.
I mean, I have space.
Navarre walks up behind you, Sajaad, and sort of looks at you, and then looks inside this place. He goes, "My God, what the?" And then looks over at you, Drabikowski, and says, "What is that?"
It is an encrypted drive, but we need the login, and unfortunately, it was not easily guessed.
Encrypted drive. Why would there?
I do not know.
Oh, Mother is completely shut down. Have you guys looked?
That was my next look, but this was underneath the body, so I thought it might be important.
What the hell happened to that guy? He's definitely met his maker, that's for freaking sure.
Somebody
Yeah.
set him on fire.
Sajaad and Hedenström, I'd say you're close enough. When the arm fell off the body, it showcases now this body's burnt and blackened jumpsuit. And it has a name on it. And the name is Clerk.
As in
He's
As
checked
in-
out.
Clark and Webb?
As in
As
Clerk
in-
and Webb.
As in, so much for our brief.
And it seems like this plastic ID card that was attached to his lapel is just melted into the very fabric and flesh of this individual.
Terrible way to go. What could have done this? Is it all charred behind him too? Is the wall all all charred behind him, like it was a giant fire that sprayed at him?
You see that the seat itself is melted. The body is melted. So there's black around the seat. There's black, sort of blackened portions of the room, and the smoke is filling it. So whatever happened in here, it was enough that they, that whoever did this or whatever did this shut the door to keep this contained inside.
I think that the question is less of a what and more of a who.
Possibly. Navarre sort of
I'm
backs
going-
off and he's like, no, I can't. No, I'm not. Ugh.
No stomach for the grotesque, doctor.
He does not respond, and he says, I need to... Is there a way out of here? And he moves past you, Lark, towards the southern door. And he opens it.
I'm gonna take a moment and see if I can get Mother to boot up.
Okay. Make a wits roll really quickly, please, for me, Drabikowski.
Okay.
Comtech perhaps, or just
You know what? Comtech works instead. Let's make that a Comtech roll, Drabikowski.
Oh,
That's a lot of panic.
Look at those.
Please roll your panic.
I might
That
be
is
fucked.
so much.
Ooh, that's a
God
no-go.
damn it.
Okay, yeah, you start to like work with the try to work with the station, and there's like sparks and like some pieces of shrapnel fly up in your face. You immediately sort of grab for your hair just to make sure that it's not on fire, and you seek cover underneath one of the panels.
Yep. But my stress got to go down by 1.
Your
so
stress
hey.
goes down, but everybody who sees that goes up by 1.
Well, that's not great.
My stress is almost maxed out.
Oh, I
Oh,
realized
God.
it actually did it for me, so I should still be at 6. I keep forgetting it does that.
Okay.
Lark would like to follow Navarre into the room.
So
She's turned
yeah.
all of her focus onto him.
Lark.
Because he's behaving in ways that make the counselor want to counsel.
Absolutely, Lark. As you do so, you hear the words, "My God," come from Navarre's mouth.
Do I see what made him said it?
You do. And this is where we're going to stop for tonight, folks. Navarre looks south from this particular area of the ship, where there is a viewport. The curved wall of this room, which is sort of... It's just full of humidity and steam. And the humidity is actually fogged up the viewport so that you can't even see out into space. Is overgrown with plants. But these plants don't look like regular plants anymore. They seem to now have taken on a slimy, almost black resin appearance to them. And as Navarre sees all of these horrific, non-natural things, his eyes trace up to the ceiling, where there are no fewer than 10 beehive-shaped leafy cocoons that have been plastered with tendrils to the walls, ceiling, and viewport of this space. And sitting, and I only say that because that's the only way you could potentially describe this thing. Sitting, crouching, potentially. Amidst all of these plants and leaves, perhaps balancing on a vine or a set of black vines, is a horrific, misshapen humanoid figure. Its head intensely distended and bulbous. And it opens its jaw, and a swath of black vomitous liquid emits from it, which it uses to coat itself. Its head, its face, its arms. And as it does so, not seemingly paying any attention to you, Lark, or to Navarre, it begins to mutate and to transform, almost collapsing into itself, as it sticks black vegetation to its body to make its own cocoon. And that is where we will stop for tonight.
We are so fucked.
You know I wanted to
God.
sleep tonight, right, Matt?
I'm sorry.
Oh man, we are not.
I have
in a good place.
nightmares.
We are
Yeah.
so screwed.
Welcome to the Heart of Darkness, folks. And we're probably, I would say, we're maybe a third, maybe a little bit more, like a third between a third and a half through Act 1. So this may go 4 or 5 sessions, but I think it's worth it. You guys will have a lot of fun. Trust
Works
me.
for me.
Yeah.
And I
That's
have
awesome.
a kitty.
You have a cat! Amazing!
I have a kitty.
And nobody died. Although you're stressed to fuck, so hey, who
Yeah.
knows?
Uh,
So stressed.
We
so
are.
much
I said-
stress.
I said
Is it-
kitty, and a kitty came running. Come here.
How
Did
does
you
the
hear me
red
say
lab
kitty?
nap
Did
relief?
you hear me say
Yeah,
kitty?
no nap relief.
Does the cat Does the cat have any stress? Can the cat fight?
The cat does take stress. And does the cat fight? I guess you'll have to be the cat to find out.
Nice.
Just have to kill me. I'll be the cat.
Hey, that's fine. Hedenström, you're up on the. You're,
I'm
you're
pretty sure.
close.
I'm pretty sure that whoever dies first is going for kitty.
It's
so
a
we'll see
very,
what happens.
there are other NPCs, so we'll see how things.
I
go.
know, but there's a kitty.
But there's a kitty.
But kitty.
All right, folks. Let's say goodnight. Thank
Just
you.
mobility and observation. There's no other skills.
Yes, just
Yeah,
mobility
yeah,
and
yeah.
observation.
And manipulation.
And cats.
Definitely.
Yeah, of
manipulation.
course.
Fair, that's
Command meow. All right. Let's say
I mean, it
goodnight.
works in my house.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Those of you in chat, thank you so much for being part of our amazing experience. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and give us a like, subscribe, and a follow so that you guys can see all the amazing videos coming to you from Slices and Dices. That said, we already talked about each other enough in the prelude to this particular adventure. We will see you guys every Thursday and or Friday here on Slices and Dices. Unless there's anything else that y'all want to plug, besides the amazing channel Mates of Fate, which Mike's obviously joining us from, more than happy to take that now. If not, we'll say our normal goodbyes.
Yeah. We should.
I'm too tired to plug anything.
I understand. I get it. It is hot. It is humid. It is.
I get up so early.
So
yeah,
terrifying.
no, it's.
We're good. All right.
Well,
I'm sure it'll be fine.
We'll
It's
see
fine.
each other again next time. Until then, folks, remember, take care of each other. But don't forget to take care of yourselves. Love you all. See you next time. Bye.